Hey, sorry about that. Family stuff beckoned. So by beckoning means that I had to move things around and do things in my house, because that's what I do house stuff. How are you guys doing? Good. You can't see me? No shit, because there's no video on yet. Do me a favor before we start today. Open up another tab, and on that tab, I want you to open up Apple Podcasts, and on Apple Podcasts, find SEN Live. Do it. And leave us a rating. Subscribe if you haven't done that before. You should absolutely do that for us. Why should you do that? Because it helps. It keeps us in the rankings. It keeps people like Manscaped and other wonderful sponsors listening, because the audio sponsors, the ones we've been getting, that's because you guys have been rating and stuff. So we fall out of those top rankings, we're fucked. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live, the Schmodown Entertainment Network. I'm Kristian Harloff. Thank you for joining us here today on this wonderful Tuesday, March of the 10th. It's March of the 10th, not 10th of March, March of the 10th. I have a fun show. I know it because of the cast that we have today. Engineering, he is the bandit. He is part of Slap the Carp. He is.
Slap the Carp for life.
Ben, the Bandit Goddard. You heard that boisterous laugh. You know who it is. The one, the only, the swaggiest of blurs, Winston Marshall.
I'm wearing my Brett Finest today.
I like it. Well, you didn't need to do that because we have the official. We have the official Brett Sheridan here. Brett Sheridan in the house and texting only because she's tweeting out the link.
Yeah,
she is. I know you too well. I knew you that look I was going to get. Roxy Striar, manager of the Rockstars, is here, and not to mention that Winston, manager of Swag. Hi everybody. Hope
Hi,
you're doing. Hope you're doing well. My glasses were in my coat jacket that I mistakenly thought was cream colored. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's an off gray. I don't know. Did you see that jacket I wore on Saturday?
No, I was going to say blue.
No,
this is
not
the bluest
this.
thing
that's what I was going to say. I was like, how colorblind?
There was in my yesterday. I've been impressed with myself of how I've. I misplaced my glasses, but I haven't lost them just yet.
Why don't you rock these?
Because I can't. These are just sunglasses.
Did
man.
you?
Maybe they're prescription. You don't know.
I do know. I bought them.
Oh, well,
I don't remember. Did you get prescription or?
Yeah.
Okay, so but why? And you just got one pair?
No, well, I have these stupid things too, right?
but they're too
like the
strong.
cheetahs.
They're
Right?
too strong. I wore them for a full show, and I felt like someone hit me in the head with a bat.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good. So
How
I'm
long
not
ago did
gonna
you
wear
get them,
again. Those?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know, but it's 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Typically, there's a window that if it's too strong, they'll make an adjustment for free. But
Well,
you just
that's a stupid thing. I bought that. I bought those.
Those are just cheap.
are those just off the rack?
Those off the rack. Yeah. So the other ones. Anyway, but
That's
the
what I
good
have.
ones. The good ones. The whole point of this fucking story was that I called my wife and I was like, hey. Are my glasses around somewhere in my cream color jacket? She said, you don't have a cream color jacket. I was like, I said, the beige one? She doesn't have a beige jacket. She said, the off gray one? I was like, that's not off gray. So she said, anyway, well
isn't anything off gray just gray? Because
No.
gray has so many shades.
I don't know.
There's a like anything. There's kind
I think
of
there's like
a,
50.
Yeah.
50 Shades.
50 Shades of Grey.
You son
Brett,
of a
it
bitch.
took him a second, but Brett liked that one.
distracted.
It took Winston a second too.
It's I got distracted for half a second. I'm really hoping this is not someone calling me to ask about an apartment because I got to figure this whole thing out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
But yes, how dare you? How dare you for that?
I don't know. Somebody show me an off gray color.
Okay.
I'll show you on the. I think it actually. I'll show you later.
Okay.
So
Someone Schmobot in an off-gray color for
Yes,
us, please.
yeah, please do that.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Schmobot, let's turn it on.
Yeah.
Schmobot, if you aren't familiar with the Schmobot, you can interrupt the show, whatever you want, be it a question, anything that you want to talk about in general. It doesn't have to be movies. I had a conversation with a friend of ours recently. I said, well, I don't know about coming on the show because I don't like to talk about movies and movie news. I go, neither do I.
Yeah.
Said we talk about it maybe once the whole time, and it was like, yeah, no.
Spoiler alert, it's Dorina.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to out anybody.
Oh, I was right?
What? No, it wasn't actually. But
That was a good. You really covered that well.
yeah, it was good. No. But anyway,
Shut up.
point is that we will be talking about whatever you guys want. Put
It
in
just
the
sounds like her.
sounds like something she would say. I know.
Although
but
we did have 2 emails of 10 different movie stories. You know what I
What's it?
said? Fuck that. I'm not talking about any of
I
them.
know we'll cover a few of them. Well, whatever pops up, we'll talk about it.
I'll talk.
Anyway, so you can stream it, and if you want, a lot of the impressions that have come, whether it be a Drew Barrymore, which is not what you do, it's what Bonnie does. You look like Drew Barrymore.
My favorite compliment of all time.
Yeah,
Yes, I'll take that to the grave.
yeah, that
You
works.
can work on that one though. I think that one's a.
Drew Barrymore you could probably get. You just gotta
Yeah.
watch Bonnie. She does a good lisp, and it's good. But we will hear that Yoda or what do we yoga? What was
Yoda.
it?
Yota.
Yota is yours. Yota, and we also have a good Brit that you do for sure. Winston, Obama. yeah.
I can go. You know what? I
You
honestly
working on some?
I'm working on some
What do
for
you got?
sure. I mean, I in the spirit of
Got a
my
good
of my
carrot time?
plaid, I could no, God no. But in the spirit of my plaid, I can pull out my Texan. I mean, that's where I'm from, so we can just go for it. Like
Can you do a George Bush?
Like not
W?
Not really.
You
But
could do an Obama.
I
You
mean,
got to get some more presidents under your belt.
just learn how to do them all.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That would be great.
How's your Taft?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
there you go.
Too soon.
Where's
Too soon.
RB3?
What's that?
Where's RB3?
RB3's out this week. He's got a gig that he's been working on. So let's know.
Gigging.
I
He's
thought
gigging.
I thought he was gonna be the first black person to have coronavirus.
That's why would you
Has
even
it-
say
has there not
something
been a
like
black
I would have
person
put
with
that on
corona?
it, but I'm saying it hasn't.
It hasn't happened?
There
In all 100.
I'm sure there are
1,000
black
plus?
people that have it, but no black people have apparently died from it. So like even in Africa, the first person in Africa to die, and they were German. And so like black people on Black Twitter are like, hey, we surviving again. So
Man.
it's just
9.
so I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Yo.
a lot of Robitussin. That's all I got to say. Is Robitussin is the answer.
I'm bummed that RB3 isn't here because I had a bone to pick with him.
I'm sure you did.
What
You
happened?
know why?
No idea.
You don't know why?
No, but you have a bone to pick with everybody sometimes.
I do?
Sometimes, at least once a show.
Speaking of
not
bones to pick, BlueChew.com.
They're calling me again. Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Get your housing figured out, man.
Yes. No, no
That
shit.
shit is tough.
So, what's the bone to pick?
On this show,
Yes.
apparently,
Yes.
he outed me
About
about what I was working
a
on.
boot? Oh, what?
So
So he wasn't supposed to
I-
spoil it.
I can't believe it.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe it.
Well, you announced it now. Go ahead and tell people.
After I did, so we're working on Dorina.
Yeah. Is there movie news on this?
No.
Okay.
Which is probably why she'll do it. Steph Sabra and I have been working for months now on this thing. The Whirl Girls. We're going around and giving a ton of different shit a whirl. And we have our first episode dropping on the 15th of March. And RB3 helped come in and shoot it.
Yeah.
And we were having this big launch announcement. And on this day, we're posting our first thing. And on this day, we're saying what we're doing and all this stuff. And then I'm on my live stream the other week. And people came in and they were like, ha ha ha, RB3 told everyone what you're doing on SEN. I was like, but why did he do that?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
I don't know. And they
Well, I
said
wasn't
he
on
did.
that show
And so I saw him at a Schmodown taping and I said, but he was running around doing stuff. But I quickly said, hey, what happened? I heard you announce on SEN what I'm working on, the Whirl Girls. And he goes, my bad.
you know-
And just kept walking. And I was like, wait, what?
And see, the thing is with him,
You can't
it's-
get upset.
It's impossible to get upset with him.
No.
Like there was a time, I can't remember what it was. There was something that happened production wise, and it was something that could have been avoided. And I had a conversation. I was like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. And I'm like, that's all right. He's just you can't. It's
Too
so
likable.
hard. You can't get mad at him.
Steph and Dorina said, so you talked to him, what'd he say? I said,
he
he
kept
said,
saying anything
he
to
said,
him.
my bad.
I
And he
know.
walked away. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like he's just
He has a
amazing.
superpower.
I
He has a
love
superpower.
him,
I
but
know.
like, what was that?
I know he has a
But also,
superpower.
who cares?
no. That's what it really comes down to.
If
Is the
you had
problem
done
that
it, I
big?
would have been livid.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 'cause
I would've livid.
anything I do gets people mad.
Well, he worked
That's not
on it. He
true.
was probably excited about it. Wasn't quite sure of the parameters of the.
No.
You were told, was he? Did
Do
he
you
actually
think
work on the project?
Yes,
You
he
said he
came.
helped
He
with-
came
yeah.
in camera operated for us, but I think I'm many things. Apparently, you guys at home think I'm stupid, but I am actually many things. None of those things are unclear. It was
told
like
him
it was
gag
like
order.
this is the day.
Right.
Ball gag Lewis.
Yeah, 100%.
Ball gag Lewis. That's a very different.
Who's
version.
ball gag Lewis?
No, ball bag Lewis or ball wipe Lewis.
I
or
can do
something.
ball gag.
Ball gag Lewis. Let's keep away from ball gag Lewis. That sounds like something that would get this whole channel shut down. So anyway, going back to if you want to hear John Voight or any of the plethora of idiots inside of my head, you can do that through the Schmobot itself.
I'm hearing my John Voight is falling off. Not that I read comments.
What do you
but
mean?
that
No
it's-
way.
That it's become it's not
much?
as good as it was in the beginning, and that it's
You're not committing as much.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the commitment or if it's just the scenarios become too. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I am trying to think of other ones.
Other
My
ones
mom
to do.
reminded me I used to do a Vincent Price, but I think that's real topical.
Well, we're gonna figure out. Speaking of topical, what we will do, we will actually start with some movie news here today.
I mean,
Yes.
it was topical. RB3 lost the match because of Vincent Price.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Who's Vincent Price?
Who do you listen
Surprise
to?
class. Do you remember the?
I don't know, some bagel guy.
Yeah, do you remember the video?
Some
Thriller?
guy. There's so many of us.
Starting out, it does that whole voiceover for the Thriller song. That's Vincent
Oh.
Price, but he does.
What
he's also,
else
he's
is
also
he in?
legendary,
Legendary, like, lots
actor.
of horror
A
stuff.
lot of
Just
horror
name
movies.
me like
One of those, the house that's haunted that everybody has to stay the night in, but they remade it with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, the
Haunted
house,
Mansion?
Haunted Mansion. Yeah, he did the original.
He
of
did the
that,
original
yeah.
for sure.
I can't picture him.
He was in Edward Scissorhands.
inside a
Oh.
He was he created Edward Scissorhands, and then he died in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
House of
right.
Wax.
I love that movie.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes this is why I'm not. I don't play in the Schmodown because
But this is all class. This is a lot of like old school stuff. So this is stuff that a lot of people like. Bibiani probably knows all of his movies, but most people with Diary of a Madman. He was in 10 Commandments. I mean, he's in tons of shit.
Yeah, that's why, like, just going off topic real quick, people always talk about, question difficulty. Like, I thought RB3's 5-pointer against me was crazy hard. And I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And he guessed exactly who I was thinking.
Right.
Christopher Lee.
Right, but so like Bibiani and Tilly
Bibiani
McQueen,
and Roca and everyone was
Immediately
like,
go.
oh yeah, Vincent Price. I was like, okay, so
Right.
stop complaining about other 5-pointers then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's always the
yeah.
pros that complain about it. Same thing like to anybody over the age of like 32 that Lars question
Just missed it.
that Lars question for Ben very hard.
Yeah.
Which question?
anyone under the age very hard.
Over the
In
age of
heavyweights,
32, 'cause
what's
they
the
were-
name of
Yes.
the camp counselor
Yes,
that
yes.
Ben Stiller says is from very far away?
Because there were tons of young people that were coming up to me, and like Eric Nerd Chronic, he was like, I got it right away. Younger, like, yeah.
Because
most-
everybody I talked to that was younger didn't know it.
Really?
Yeah, but you
most-
guys all seem to know it.
I didn't know it.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
Not that one.
Maybe Ellis said it.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't know that one.
It was- I mean-
I didn't know either one of the 5-pointers.
Well, it was an early '90s movie, so it just depends. So if like you were a
Yeah.
kid, like I watched heavyweights all the time, so I got that like
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's it's
especially being a
long
fat kid in the
conversation,
'90s, shit.
No
But-
spoilers on which one, but I will say that at a recent taping, one of the 5-point questions that was asked was one of the hardest questions I've ever
I
heard
agree.
asked ever. But I like that. I love a really hard 5-point question. I think that's what 5-point questions.
There are. I mean, there's a lot of
Should-
5-pointers that pop in, and this is why like I said, the magic box of the round 3 and round 5 that's part of it. You could pick one that Ben might think is the easiest one in the world,
Like-
and then there's one that could be really super hard. I mean, it's like we're not changing the way that it works.
And especially like spoilers for Throwdown, like Andrew Guy, like they're
Don't spoil. No spoilers for Throwdown because it hasn't aired publicly yet.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. That's all. I want to make sure
Well,
that
Atlanta has, right?
Atlanta we can talk about.
Okay, so like Ben's Medea question again. I hate Tyler Perry movies. I got that in 2 fucking seconds.
Right.
Because I was like, if anything,
and
I
Dan
was,
had and Dan
had
had
no
no idea
clue.
what was going on.
I mean, that was a good educated guess, to be honest with you. But like, it was one of those things that as soon as it came up, I was like, okay, well,
You're
who
saying
doesn't?
Ben was a good educated guess?
No.
No. Dan's was. Ben clearly knew what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
No,
And
he didn't clearly know what it was. So here's the thing. My heart actually sunk for Ben because I was in range. I could see him writing and I could see what he was writing, and he wrote mechanic, and then he erased it. And I said, "Oh, this dude's gonna lose the match off of what he just put on, what he just chose." And I said, "Uh-oh." And then he wrote something else, and I go, "Oh, this is gonna be like a big 6-point swing here." And he writes mechanic, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, he did it."
I asked him about that actually, what was happening in his head, because he, as he said on stage, he's like a massive Tyler Perry fan, and so that just ended up being really lucky for him that wheel slice was added this year. Like that, I mean, come on, who the hell knows that stuff?
Right.
You and Ben apparently, but he was like, I didn't know whether I needed to be more specific about exactly what he did at the shop. So he erased it to write more of the job title, but then was like, don't get too weird. Right. It's just very simple.
Say he was going to go full sports agent from Spectacular.
Because I think when you're up there, you probably are trying to think, because I could see him do something weird too. Like it looked like he did and then didn't and then did. But I think you probably just want to give as much information as possible to be like, I know this. Listen, I know this answer.
Well, here's a question.
Fire truck, and that fire truck's far away.
Well, Winston made the gap a little wider.
Yeah, it's fine. I
got a whole open door.
I wanted to do that.
You're real cold, huh?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Yo, did you figure out your house?
So the issue was the place that I lived 2 years ago. I rented from a dude specifically. His phone number doesn't work anymore, so I just called my roommate my former roommate to ask him to figure it out. So we'll see. Okay. But that's a good sign. If they're just like, we just need to verify this, then who knows? I might be good by Friday.
Yeah. All right. We're also going to take a lot of questions here from you guys. We'll start today by taking some questions, and then we'll move into the main topic today, which is something that Vin Diesel said. So we'll get into that for sure. But Ben, I guess we'll start. It's you guys cover everything.
Silly buffoon. It was
David Sanchez. Yeah. Oh, yesterday. Okay, so go ahead.
There's one, and it's spoilers for Throwdown in the question.
Oh, it is. All right. Well, let's see. Roca, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. So we're gonna leave that one away. The silly buffoon. You know what? You can maybe ask that one because Roca.
Well, I was
Andrew
gonna ask
Guy,
him backstage anyway. That's a perfect question. For
Roca, Andrew Guy, and Ben Bateman will actually be on backstage today, and obviously Ben Goddard. So that'll be 12:30 today. They will be talking spoilers for the Throwdown. So make sure you tune into that after SEN today. Okay. Well, let's get to David Sanchez.
Yep. Hey guys, I've been a diehard Schmodown fan for years. You mean the world to me. I haven't been as active in the community, and I'm sorry for that. I just live in a shell I put myself in, but I'm breaking out to see you at the free-for-all. I can't miss this.
Uh-oh.
I can't miss this was the end.
I can't miss it. Well, I love it. Look, the free-for-all. Speaking of which, thank you for bringing that up. The free-for-all, we're at about 300 tickets right now, which is amazing.
Sold or left?
We've sold 300, so we should have and with the guest list, and we're looking. There's probably going to be close to 500 people already, and I think once we get the rest of the tickets for this is one that if you've ever been to an LA event or you can get it, you should come to this. I mean, this
yes.
You're going to kick yourself in the ass, especially all the cool. And I got confirmation I can actually announce what I wanted to announce.
What
at the end of Free for All?
What is it?
At the end of Free for All. So
I see.
Roxy's so stupid.
But this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you can get there because there's potentially
your own troll comments.
Yes, potentially 41 competitors now. By the way.
Oh,
41.
41.
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Got a phone call yesterday.
Darina.
It's not Darina.
She
will be there though.
I know. She told me.
Yeah, she's going to be there.
Steph too.
Steph will be there as well.
The whole world girls.
It's going to be.
I heard it's going to be Stephen A. Smith. I'm very excited.
There's going to be people in the free for all, which is
as long as he enters in with the cowboy hat.
Can I make my honest guess, or you don't want me to make my honest guess?
I don't want you to guess. I don't want you to guess.
Okay.
But so because you'll be like Ellis last year. Ellis last year calls in the day before the free for all and says, "You know what would be great and he had no idea. He goes, if Brett out of nowhere jumps on stage and he's like one of the last ones," and I'm like, shut the fuck up. There's a plan that we had for a long time. Nobody picked up on it, but that's exactly what we wound up doing.
He's been working with you for so long. He knew. He incepted your mind.
That one,
but
maybe he
didn't know. But that's what I've done. I've incepted your mind. I know what's happening.
I don't want you to guess because if you do, that'll be upset.
How many people have you named? I keep seeing in the Facebook group like Stacey Howard
it
announced.
Might be. Announced. We announced Roca. We announced rookie James White.
You announced Stacey.
We announced Stacey, the Switchblade. That's right. Let's see. Who else did we announce? I'm trying to think. Dan Merle.
Is anybody from my faction in the free for all?
I don't know.
Yo, have you been talking to Kristian?
I've been trying to.
Yeah, you know some people.
But we talk about a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I'll announce one of your guys. One of your guys will be especially after. Look, if you're not a patron, then you haven't seen this match yet.
I love this guy.
The delinquent Lon Harris
This is
I will tell you yesterday, just from this match alone yesterday, and it doesn't matter winning or losing here, so there's no spoilers for this. He was a popular character. He was a heel character. He was basically based off the Genius back in the day. He was the professor, but he was there was something that I was like, Lon is so good. Lon is so good at but he's just, I don't know, he hasn't popped to that superstar. That is gone because
I love it.
Oh my God, his new shtick is incredible.
That's actually what I'm wearing this for. I'm realizing
For
on
him?
the fly.
Oh,
This is for
dude,
him.
it's so good. So Lon Harris is announced and is official for the free for all.
Dope.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I'm so envious of you managing him. I love him.
He's so
I think
good.
he's so good.
And he gets it. He really gets all of it.
Yeah.
But sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right. But you and I are having the conversation. Like the thing has evolved. We've gone way past. There are still a pocket of competitors that I think are trying to figure out what the whole thing is, but it's a small pocket now. It used to be a majority, especially when Roca started. He was like the 1%, and everybody else was like, "What the hell is this?" And now it's like a small pocket of people who don't get it that are learning.
But they want to.
That's
the thing now. It's not cool to not get it anymore.
Right. Right.
It's only cool to get it. It's like when you want to wear princess stuff when you're young and it's cool, and then there's an age where it's not cool anymore, and then there's an age where it's cool again to do what you want. Princesses rock.
Yeah.
Roxy, you're so silly.
Dumb.
Princesses.
She's going full Eminem 8 Mile today, just
I know.
taking all the disses so they can.
She got the hoodie on,
okay.
man. She ready for
Roxy's
it.
stance on princesses is bullshit.
Bullshit. What's her IQ? Like a 4.
Swear to God.
All right, let's get to another one of these questions here.
Alex Bat. Hey, crew. Alex from Sydney here.
Hey, Alex.
What do you want to
Hey,
see
Alex.
from the new Jurassic Park TV series? I want to see a prequel series based on the start of the novel where Hammond and Wu clone the first dinosaurs. They could also put Lockwood from Fallen Kingdom. Thanks.
Sure, that would be cool, but I also want to see. I wish, because what they're doing with this new movie now is how the dinosaurs are starting to take over. That's what I wanted the last movie to be.
I was going to say, that's how they advertised the last movie
Yes,
to be.
That's what I wanted the last movie to be. But
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I missed it. The series is where?
I didn't know about this.
Oh.
I don't know.
On is it called the Peacock? Is that NBC?
Yeah, yeah.
NBC's?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That
they're,
makes sense. It's
Universal.
Universal.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They're doing it.
in the free for all.
Who the hell's that guy?
The hot man is
Brandon
Hitman
Hannah.
Hannah.
Paul's poking the bear here.
Yeah.
Because to be
What was that? Denuzio? What happened?
Yeah, to be fair to Brendan, not to Brendan. I was just saying Brendan Meyer. To the Hitman. He was on, and Jake Yakoveta on Call to Action. They called him the Hot Man or something. It's the stupidest nickname that anyone's ever come up with, ever.
More than Switchblade?
No, Switchblade it's not great, but the Hot Man is it's awful.
I don't hate it.
It's awful for his character.
Oh, well,
it's
there's
awful
that.
for his character
Unless
because first of all, I've been struggling on what to do with him in the first place,
Sure.
and now with the Hot Man, I have no idea.
I
what
mean,
to do
it's
with him.
easy.
When he walks on the stage to go Hot Man, I go, what do I do with this guy? I have no idea what to do.
I got you.
Thing-
I'm gonna send you some old 504 boys, some like Juvenile and some Lil Wayne, and we're just gonna have him go
Something.
full New
Because
Orleans.
I'm
and
at
it's
a
gonna be
loss of what to
amazing.
do
I don't
with him
envy
right
your
now.
position with him because
Yeah.
I will say
He's a sweetheart
he's
and
the
he gets it.
sweetest kid.
I love him.
I just really like him.
Yeah.
But I don't know either what you
don't know what
like.
to do with
What do
him.
you just lean into? Like maybe he's just like the favor giver. Like he's just the sweetest pot. Because I
He
don't
doesn't
think
want to
you
do
go,
that. He wants to have an edge, and he
I
wants
don't
to.
really
it's like,
care.
I know.
Change it to hot. I'm telling you, change it to hot
I'm
boy.
not. I'm not.
But he can
Change
only-
it to hot boy, and then we
No.
get
That gimmick lasts for a little bit, and then it's over.
Well, if he was hot boy, he would have to come out with hair gel every time, like be like
He
suave
doesn't
and like
have that. He doesn't
shave
have that
on
thing.
stage.
It was a miss
No,
because the
he's
thing that
just
happened.
So nice.
It happened with a
Shave on
missed
stage.
letter. It happened with a missed letter on a
Manscaped.
stream. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. It doesn't fit anything that he does, and it's only a pocket of. Call to Action is a very strong presence. They're a very strong presence, but that's a pocket of fans.
Yeah.
You can't like start to think, well, that pocket, they love it, and the other people are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? And it just doesn't work.
I just wouldn't want anybody in the Schmoedown's nickname to be the hot man.
It's
like,
really
just
bad.
fits.
It's
Yeah, and
really,
it's also
really
2020.
I
Grow
mean,
up,
if
kids.
anyone, this guy would be the hood man.
yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
We gotta be honest.
It's also
here.
he is a good looking kid, so there's no. It's like when you call somebody,
Right.
there's no irony to it. It's just a weird.
Yeah, Janine, Yeah, no, I can't. If you can figure out how to do it, and,
What's
and please,
Janine saying?
both Janine and Rachel. I had this conversation with Rachel. If you ever want to call in, you want to talk about this stuff. Don't do it in the chat room. Let's talk about it here. It drives me nuts when competitors are in there doing it because I can't.
You don't want competitors in the chat?
I don't mind them in the chat, but when they start like arguing with me and doing stuff with me, it's a bit of a problem. See, this is the problem. It's bad. There's nothing. That's bad. Thank you for ruining the show.
Every character.
Literally everyone.
Can I also
100%
ask you guys
is that
just
ball.
quickly,
Yeah.
who is that?
Who is
Billy
This,
Belfer?
this British man.
Oh,
They
just replaced
changed
the
it.
voice.
they
Yeah.
He's
But,
Australian.
As much as
Oh,
so,
he is?
so the props
fools me.
the props that I will give to Janine outside of that because I'm not a big fan of that, but what I will do is that Janine put a very nice post out on Twitter. Like she's got a great podcast, by the way, that she does every Monday, Machine Mondays. That I don't think enough people. And I read her tweet that she wrote, and it's like she didn't kind of reap the rewards of a lot of the stuff that happened after Collider. Everybody had audience that kind of came. And she even said it to her credit. She didn't like put herself out as much there too. I will tell you, Janine, and everyone else there too. This thing, as you know, Rox, this thing's a hustle. Like it's like there's
I'm dying.
yeah. This thing is a hustle. So you gotta keep pushing it out there, and especially. And I agree that she's got very good material. She's got. I mean, her podcast is really good, and you should listen to it on Monday, especially if you're a Schmodown fan.
I'm a little confused though.
Yeah.
I don't mean this in any. I'm obsessed with Janine. She knows that.
Yeah.
I don't mean this in any kind of way. But was she doing work for Collider?
No.
Oh,
See, I think because the Schmodown, she was hoping for like the Schmodown audience. So like,
when they didn't have a place to go with
Yes.
Collider. I get
Yes,
what you're
that's-
saying. Sorry,
that's-
I just didn't know that. I was going to say I didn't say anything if she had lost her job.
yeah, no.
She
That's-
should
that's
come
what
in
she
and
was saying.
tech, and then she can pitch her show every time she techs a show.
Like
meaning
the
up.
meaning up.
Right?
So, but no, what
I think that-
what I'm able to do though, having this position, and because I'm a big fan of Janine, and I think that she is a hustler, and she tries very hard, and she loves the Schmodown, she loves the community and all that, and she sticks her, and even like what she did, even though I'm not a fan of the way she did it right now with the Hitman, she is very supportive, and she's a good friend, and she's a great person. So if you aren't listening to Janine's stuff on Monday, you should do that. You very well should do that. But no, I have no idea what to do with Brendan. All right, so what's next?
We've got Anthony Coulson. The coronavirus only really affects kids and old people, so as long as Brendan Meyer and John Roca aren't at any upcoming live events, we should be safe.
Robert Parker.
Robert Parker.
Robert Parker, yeah. Robert Parker. I know. I was wondering if we needed like those special waivers that you need for kids at Atlanta. But he did very well too, by the way.
Speaking of that, to anybody who saw Kristian, you and I were texting back and forth, but he made it public. So, were you guys as scared about the Snyder stuff as I was?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know what was going on.
And he's completely fine. And just so everybody knows who didn't see the follow up, he's fine. But I mean, when he posted, I was like,
yeah. Well, he said right away, he's like, "Don't worry, it's not that."
Yeah.
And just in general, wanted to make sure that he was okay, you know. So it's like, but Snyder had a little bit of a scare. He's okay, you know. Like Roxy said, it was public, so he posted it. So we're not sharing anything. He did post something very funny though that he did in typical Snyder fashion. He has this thing where he's got like a portable pee thing because he can't get up, right? so he calls his girlfriend. He's like, "I gotta pee." So she goes and grabs the thing. He filled it with apple juice, and he starts drinking it in front of her, and she like freaked out.
wait. He has a
pretty
catheter
hilarious.
that he filled with.
It's like a portable urinal or something too. So and he
Oh,
and he
to
put
pee-
like
a
and
pee pan.
Yeah, whatever. So he put. I guess
Bedpan.
I guess he
Bedpan.
filled this whole thing with apple juice and drank it.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Is this upon his
that is
first use
disgusting.
of it?
So
Or
disgusting.
did he at some point get up and clean it? Because otherwise
I
he'd
didn't
probably
ask
still
him
get
that.
a little
I
pee
was
in his
gonna
mouth.
say, like,
We're talking about a guy that shit his pants in the car and left it in there and took the drive. So,
Touche.
And apparently he wasn't the only one who had done that. I mean, how many comments did we get of people being
people
like,
shouldn't
been
have-
there?
yeah. Well, do we have? See, I don't know if he left it on the board, but RB3 has that great video of the guy who shit his pants. He's just
No, it's on his phone.
No, it's so good. So
yeah, I
good.
got to get that app.
I'm
and,
42 years old and I shit my pants. So good. Let's keep the questions going. Let's like I said, if you want to put in a Schmobot, please go ahead and do that. We got the impressions geared up, ready to go for you. Should you want to do that? And let's get to the more questions. Yeah.
This is a fun one. Squirt till it hurt. I'll be joining the SEN producer tier. I'm honored to have my name memorialized. on the poster forever. It makes me so excited. I could just burst all over the place.
Good for you.
What's that?
Damn.
So we launched the SEN Live Patreon last week. We're already almost at over 250 patrons already. So thank you so much. Please, if you haven't joined, all the tiers are available for you guys to look. It's the SEN Live Patreon for those people who maybe not involved in the Schmodown and said, we got that comment. We want to join the SEN Patreon, but we don't necessarily need the benefits of the Schmodown. What do we do? And so we created this thing. There's a lot of cool. There's a specific deal that's only available for March, and you'll be able to get your name on this specific merch that we have, and then you'll get it sent at another tier. It's really awesome. So we have a really good team working on it. So make sure you go on over and check it out. So what's next?
That's smart. Really great.
Thank you.
Sean Petersell. Kristian, as the creator, chairman, and fan of the Schmodown, how do you feel about the singles championship changing hands so frequently? Would you prefer the build-up to a dominant champion and chase to defeat them?
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, that's why the Patriots made the titles so dominant. But the singles championship has been the one that's been tough to hold on to because
I think Jeff said in the tweet that the piss bucket was brand new.
No, okay.
First use.
Okay, thank you, Arcadia.
Yeah,
That's
I knew
what I
my
love.
boy
See,
wouldn't drink piss.
Yeah,
juice.
not.
I mean, he might just be real dedicated to his joke.
his
I
art.
don't blame
I
him.
It's like
know that
Daniel
about him,
Day-Lewis.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
method act that
Yeah.
shit.
Daniel Day-Lewis would really drink the pee if he had.
No way, we probably would.
Male
Snyder
urine
too.
is actually sterile. Female urine is what you'd have to worry about. That has bacteria.
Thank
in
you
it.
so much.
Sweet
Ballback.
penis.
Is that true?
That's
Yeah.
Ballback. So
Wait, what?
Yeah, male urine is if you like you don't want to drink it or anything like that. But female urine is not.
drinkable.
Not drinkable.
Why would our urine-
neither one are drinkable, but female
you can't-
urine
yeah.
because
Can't
of,
turn it into water.
Why would our urine be different than your urine?
because of your vagina is different than a penis. And also the
I
proximity.
understand that, but I
also-
literally mean what's happening to our urine.
What's happening to our urine?
If you want me to call my mom real quick, she worked in the lab at a hospital.
Yes.
She could probably explain it a
Yeast.
little better than myself. But you have more bacteria in your body, and I mean it's
But
being
Winston's the one who told me that vaginas are self-cleaning.
they are self-cleaning, but
They are.
They
But they-
have to be because
Sarlacc
they are.
They have
They
a lot of
have, and then I don't know if it has something to do with the proximity to your bing hole or whatever. I don't know. Let's look at somebody's a doctor out there.
Somebody.
Tap dance around this so hard.
Well, he opened the door. We let him sit in
But
there for a little bit.
hey, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No, I bet you're right. I
No,
just
people-
wanted to know.
Yeah,
and
I'm
again,
curious. I'm curious.
I'm a curious human being. I'm allowed to ask why
yeah.
my
Of
urine
course,
is
of
different
course.
than a
Yes,
man's urine.
because now
I
you know
also
if you're
know
ever
a
stuck on
lot
an
of-
island, don't drink it.
Yeah, so I drink. It's
You
better
drink-
for me to drink your guys' pee.
Right.
Anybody in the room's
It's
pee
not
but
good to
mine.
drink anybody's pee, but to use it maybe to wash
Right, like
something off or
Aquaman,
something.
not
I think.
Aquaman. What's that stupid movie that Kevin Costner was in? Waterworld. Thank you. It's close.
Aquaman.
They're both associated with water.
James Wan is so grateful for your comment right now.
Well, yeah, I said Aquaman first.
They both breathe underwater.
They both do something underwater.
I mean, technically, fish do piss in water, so
Yeah.
you know.
And there is a pee joke in Aquaman.
And when there was the whole Makuga licking the bowl thing, that's something that my mom brought up. She said that it wouldn't be as gross because of male urine. So I'll call her afterwards, or I could call her right now and we could ask her. She did.
Put her on
Call
air.
her right now. Call her right
on
now.
air.
Kristian, please.
In a little bit. We'll do it for next week. So
in
to
a
answer
little
this
bit.
person's question, by the
You
way,
have to
so
wait that long to find out why you're.
Dan Merle has made has obviously made the belt every time he's had it a little bit more prestigious. He's defended it every time that he's had the belt. The belt is hard to hold on to. The championship is hard to hold on to because there's so many people in that division and so many people coming for you, right? That the most amount of defenses that we've ever had was both Dan Merle and Levine during their runs only did it twice. Now
You're talking about for singles.
For singles, the Patriots defended their title six times.
times.
Now the Inner Geekdom is the one.
Can we get drunk Brett and Alice in Wonderland falling down the rabbit hole and meeting the Mad Hatter?
Absolutely, I love that one. We'll do that in a second. So
Gotta get Ellis.
the Inner Geekdom is actually the hardest one to defend out of all of them. Rachel never defended it. Mike never defended it. Only Mara never defended it. Only Inman and Navarro were the only two to ever defend it. So that one's harder to defend than any of us.
What do you think about Smets?
he's got a shot.
I think he might be able to do it.
He got a shot. So, but I mean, you would have said that about a lot of it. I think, look, shit, Bateman came.
I would have said that about every single person.
About everybody. Yeah. So
I was gonna say, like,
Ethan,
every single person that's gotten that belt has been on like the biggest win streak to get that belt.
The
So like,
IG belt.
you
but-
never think anybody would lose it until they do.
But even the singles, you look at the run Ethan was on when he won it, right? You look at the run that Ben was on when he won it. You look at the run that Oyama was on. Oyama, by the way, defended it at least once, and he was on a run. So, is your mic out? Yeah, yours is out.
Oh, wow.
What happened to your mic? What'd you do? There you go.
Oh, there we go.
This thing is
And
always
you're
my
back.
little.
So anyway, so that's kind of why. All right.
I will,
Yeah.
because I said what I said previously, I will say now, storyline wise, I do think it would, if we were full blown WWE and you were able to manipulate situations, I think it would have been better to have Ben hold on to the belt for exactly what they're saying, which is the weight of the belt.
Right, you want the belt. Well, that's why in wrestling, you have a champion hold on to longer because of the prestige. But that's why I always compare
because
it.
Dan has never
you know
lost a
what?
live event. I mean, all those
Right, but that's
things.
why I compare it more to UFC, because UFC would love for champions to hold on to their belts forever, but it doesn't always happen.
Or fights last longer than one round.
Right.
I don't watch it as much as I used to as a kid. I actually really don't watch it at all. So my question is, if I remember correctly, don't champions in the WWE sometimes play matches, but they're not, the belt isn't on the line?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the way to do it.
I don't want to do it. Well, that's not what he's saying. He's saying the prestige, because if a champion loses, he loses, then the belt's not on the line. Then it's like, oh, it should have been on the line. So,
Sure,
sure.
The only way I could see that happening is if it was somebody who was like like if last year an Oyama who is like on his hot shit life and like, oh, I challenge, like one of his first matches, I challenged the champ. Then I don't think he's earned a belt shot at that point.
But that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, but I'm going off of what you're saying.
right.
I could see us doing that, but I don't know. I kind of feel like if the champ's going to play, the belt should be on the line.
Yeah, yeah. That's always my problem. I don't like when there's a champion and the belt's not on the line, and it's like, oh, this one's not for the belt. It's like, you're wasting time.
Unless
here.
it's exhibition, which
Right,
then,
an exhibition match, or in a different division.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's next?
Jay Scotty.
Oh wait, that impression.
Hey all. Do you think this recent news with coronavirus will affect live events? I have tickets to Houston and am really worried it could get cancelled. Second, when are we going to see the Smasher again? I miss his intensity and grouch face.
Should be some news with Smasher sooner than later, so hold on to that. The bigger question as far as the coronavirus, look, the thing is we have smaller events, right? I mean, it's still a lot of people. It's still 3 to 5.
But it's not Coachella with 100,000 people.
It's not
that
South
just
by
got
Southwest
pushed.
with 10,000 people, or the freaking WrestleMania still hasn't been canceled. And that's kind of like 100,000.
I just
people.
made up how many Coachella is. I said 100,000.
Yeah,
whatever.
like that big tennis tournament in Indio just got canceled.
Probably over 2
Which one?
weekends
Yeah,
ago.
right. So then there's just talks about the NBA playing in front of no crowds, and their soccer games are already doing it. Look, I don't know. All I can tell you is that right now there are no plans for us to cancel anything. We haven't even talked about canceling anything yet. Free for all is going on. We're moving along. We're still selling tickets every day, and like that's one of the things I hope that actually does help. Is that maybe this is a place for the free for all that we can come and wash your hands.
Yeah.
And if you come to the meet and greet and I give you a fist bump, you know why. It's called I've been calling it the Corona bump.
People are not fist bumping. It's
What are they
elbows
doing?
now.
They're doing elbows.
No,
Yeah.
like at my
I
kid's
do
soccer
elbows,
game,
yeah,
they all
everybody.
did good game.
Fine.
They didn't do that
Fine.
because the fist is even
still
a
get some.
content.
I'm
Either way.
Wakanda forever to everybody.
This
Oh,
is the one.
there
This
you
is the
go.
one good
There's-
thing, and I said this on Saturday because I was doing the bump and everything too. I hate handshakes. Now I do it, but I hate it. I think it's the sloppiest, silliest thing that anybody created because you're just transferring gook. Like, first of all, I'm gonna squeeze your fucking hand to show you how much of a man I am. And it's like you gotta perfect the art. I like doing this when you shake someone's hand because then they get all fucked up. They don't know what's going on with you. And that's like, do you ever see the George Carlin bit?
Oh yeah,
It's the best. He goes, you ever shake hands with someone, you look down, you realize they don't have a full hand. He goes, and you can't go, ah! no. He goes, you got to make sure it feels great. He goes, what's up? Give me high 3, low 3. It's like, and but if you do that, if you shoot the shaking, it's a fun, stupid thing.
It's a sad day. I mean, I'll just speak for black people because I mean we've been doing complicated ass.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Good, you know what I'm saying?
Slapping.
Like, and it's a little depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did have a few people at Atlanta when already this was starting to be a thing. A bunch of people came up to me and said, can I hug you? Can I hug you? And of course I'm always going to say yes,
Yeah.
but like also I would maybe prefer right now like to not.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, I'm going to say yes, but like I would prefer maybe like not. And then if you're feeling ill, I know you want to go because you got tickets
Don't go.
but you really shouldn't because even if it's just a cold right now, that's the problem. People are getting colds, and then their immune systems are lowered. And then if they're getting, then they're more susceptible. And like, especially for me right now, I'm with my grandparents. Like, I'm not able to see them if I even have a freaking sniffle.
Oh, yeah.
Not that this is about me,
No, I
but
know
for
what you're
everybody
saying.
who's taking care of children, their grandparents, like it's just be respectful.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I literally walk around with this and I spray it on.
You better hold on to that. I went to
ordered-
Ralph's yesterday.
Oh, there's
tell ya,
one.
There's nothing on the shelves in 2 Ralphs. This one Ralph's over close to me. It is jam packed. Now people are getting toilet paper and everything. It's like it's a Walking
Yeah,
Dead.
but don't be
I got
that
a story
dickhead.
for you. So I do brand ambassador work, and so we do road shows at Costco. I saw a full-on fight break out at a Costco over some
Crazy,
toilet
man.
paper.
On video, right?
Yeah.
I saw it too.
There-
It was a good fight.
there's one in
The 2
Australia
ladies?
with the 2
Oh,
ladies.
yeah, that was
okay.
great.
But
That was
like
a good one.
in the Costco, there are literally lines wrapped out of the building to get it, and they start putting up signs being like, you can have 2 of like not even a brand, but of a particular product, and that's it. Because people were literally coming in and taking every case of bottled water, everything in toilet paper. But it's really funny to see how people are right now.
Yeah, this thing's a disaster.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying
really
yesterday.
is.
Like,
Full
if
disaster.
anything actually, not that this isn't something going wrong, but if the power goes out or we have like a nuclear holocaust or something truly catastrophic happens, we're all fucked. This is like, this is a big thing, but it's not as big as it could be, and people are already freaking the fuck out about it, and like literally everyone's like, fuck everyone else, give me mine already.
Right.
Like
What are
it's
they
not
doing?
even it's like a blue out of like 5 categories. Like, and it's terrible.
What are they doing, Christian Brett, at school?
So I mean, they're sending out emails and letting us and certain same thing, making sure the kids are washing their hands, and it's basically saying exactly what you did. If you feel your child is sick and I feel, keep them home.
That's the big thing,
That's the
'cause
big thing. Keep them home. Because
I'm guilty of it. I
gotta get to work.
Yeah,
a little snots, you can handle it.
it's all right.
I don't. My wife doesn't do that, but a lot of kids do that. A lot of my daughter last week was sick, and to my wife's credit, three days into it, she was sick. She was out of school on Monday, and 3 days into it, I'm like, come on, she's been out for 3 days. My wife's like, no, she's staying at home until she's better.
Yeah.
and she was out the whole week.
But that's one of the things that broke this morning that I thought was really dope is that Olive Garden actually announced that they're going to give their part-time employees paid sick leave permanently because
Olive Garden?
yeah. And to all of their brands
Well,
actually.
one fucking place that steps up. You know,
Yeah.
it
But-
makes sense.
but
There's good Alfredo sauce. So
My friend responded and said Applebee's does it too. So a lot of these chain restaurants are starting to do it.
But not just chain restaurants, any sort of companies. Like I used to work for Apple. That was one of the things is part-time employees didn't get any sort of paid any time off. And that's the thing is I would go fully sick as long as I could walk because I can't afford to miss a check.
Right.
You know, so like I think
Yeah.
that's huge that they're
it's
doing
big.
that.
It's big.
I was telling you guys about this before, but they haven't made it yet. They're going to be making it this afternoon, but I'm going to make an announcement on my stream later on today about similar stuff because this isn't just affecting restaurants. Obviously, it's affecting a lot of places in the entertainment industry. And I think we're at the beginning of what's going to actually be a very long haul of companies not even Jeopardy, no more live audiences. All of these places are making big changes, and I think that we're going to be highly affected.
Do you think?
No.
Okay.
Do you think?
I was gonna say
Never have?
I'm in college.
Never will.
I was gonna say, do you think that this was actually just a massive ploy from Disney to get their Disney Plus subscribers back?
No, because although
100%.
speaking, it's a good transition, I guess.
I got you, bro.
The main thing that we did find out is that Bob Iger, his next job was to clean up Disney Plus. He wants to do new things that he wants. It was under his reign, and he really wants to do some shit with it. So, Ben, what's the overall story with that? Because I know that Bob Iger, the report came out that's really what he wants to do.
So, like the report said, Bob Iger is stepping down, but his contract is through 2021, so he's still around. And a lot of people signed up for Mandalorian season 2 or season 1 at the beginning, and then they had that free year and pay for a year, but they're starting to lose subscribers because. Yes.
Not enough original shit.
Not enough original shit. We have Clone Wars right now, but it's not we're not doing Friday reviews of Clone Wars like we did for Mandalorian.
Right.
And the next one is going to be either Mandalorian Season 2 or Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know which one comes out first. And there's been a few lower tier Disney original movies, but Lizzie McGuire got canceled.
Not enough to get that excitement that Mandalorian
And
had.
so Bob Iger's coming in, and they don't have an identity yet. Yes, you can watch the classics, but they're not even pushing that. I'm not getting those emails I got from Netflix hey, here's what's on Netflix this week. Here's what's on Amazon Prime this week.
So families are sure. For example, my wife would cause a riot the way people are for toilet paper and stores if you cancel Disney Plus because it is everywhere you can find the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Oh, yeah. And that stops meltdowns in my house, right? So
tell us how you really feel.
Oh, Toodles!
Right, that's the Toodles one. So but that's certain families. But what Ben's talking about, you need stuff going. You need original content. What Netflix has been doing, right? You need that stuff going full time here, man.
But that's what I was saying a couple weeks ago. Is I was other than Mandalorian, because I remember you were being well, they've got all the Marvel shows. I'm yeah, but not till the end of the year.
Not till the end of the year.
And somebody had mentioned Clone Wars, but I'm again, that is such a niche market of even Star Wars of people that watch it. Because I'm finishing X-Men the Animated Series, and I'm canceling until something comes back. I don't need it.
To play devil's advocate on this one, though, they are doing exactly what they said they were going to do.
Which is
their rollout plan has been what they said.
So
it's not
you signed up.
It's not like you signed up and then they were like, "Oh, these shows aren't coming till later." We knew that when we signed up. So I am appreciative that at least for the people who signed up and were paying attention to what they were planning on doing, they executed that, and it's anybody's prerogative to cancel, of course. And if that was your plan going into it, no worries. But I think that they've been really open, upfront, and honest about what they're planning on dropping and when. I know you want to go. Go ahead.
All I was gonna say is it's a dumb plan. That I get that they're sticking to it, but to have built so much hype. That's a moment that you got to capitalize on. I don't
disagree with you because it's so you've got.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing either, but then it was a dumb plan when you signed up.
Right, and that's what he's saying. So
I'm not saying you had the dumb plan.
Yes,
I'm saying
I know.
They should have had once Mandalorian ended, and it ended wherever it was right before Rise of Skywalker.
They needed to have Loki ready to drop. You're saying
whatever it was, Loki or
sure, and
whatever it was,
and that's an issue that they didn't do that.
They should have done. I think maybe that's what Iger's going to do now is that he's going to make sure that there's a full-on plan.
Because Netflix does that shit. It's cool.
Orange is the New Black is
over. Here's House of Cards.
But they
House
didn't
of Cards
do
is
that.
over. Here's Stranger Things. Stranger Things is they didn't at first, but they also
didn't
had time
have
to do this.
They also didn't have to back then because there was no
the library.
There wasn't the streaming wars and all that too.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. But anybody who signed up thinking they were going to get something else wasn't paying attention because this is what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, we're just spoiled from HBO. As soon as Succession was over, Chernobyl was there, or what was the new one that just ended? The Outsider.
Right.
They have their schedule down pat. There's 2-week lulls. The Outsider just ended. Westworld's coming up this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I get that. I don't even call that spoiled. I call that a smart business model because I look at even the major networks, ABC, NBC, all that stuff. Their shows are rolling fall to spring, and then summer. One of them's we're doing game shows. There's always something ready.
I will tell you though, it makes me miss Mandalorian a lot.
Yes,
and I'm so glad
October
that they were because one of our other stories here is that Mandalorian has wrapped filming. And because people were freaking out the other day, they said that Gina Carano said, "Well, I'm wrapped on." Oh, what does that mean? Does that mean that she gets killed off? It's no, it means they're almost done with shooting, and then they finish shooting. And
it was the cinematographer Boz Adoni or whatever Adoni who posted that Instagram picture, and it had Dave Filoni directing the episode.
Great.
It was a picture of the sticks.
I love it. So look, so we're in what? We're in March, so that's about on course, the same on par for what they did last year.
I told the kids they finished filming, and then why don't they drop it?
Right. Right.
Blake is
very fair question.
Angry about this is the first time he's ever been. Both my kids have been into something that they didn't realized they had to wait for.
Yeah,
Did you tell them that they're shills? Or?
Yeah, they're total shills.
Yeah.
They're getting their checks.
Yeah, the checks are in the mail.
I think everybody is on that one
Yeah.
too. So anyway, so that we're super excited. They shot it. They're done with it, and we're gonna be seeing it soon. The other thing, so I changed the title for this episode too because I didn't think that it was confirmed for Guardians of the Galaxy being in Thor. It said it was confirmed. I don't know if that's true. I think that Vin Diesel. Is it confirmed?
You
Ben?
mentioned that yesterday, right, Ben? The Vin Diesel.
Yeah, people said Thor will also
Well, Vin Diesel said it in an interview, but I don't know.
So
if
he's
that's
been doing press for Bloodshot.
for Bloodshot. Is that screening tonight? Is that what that's tonight? Or is that
Yes.
Quiet Place?
Bloodshot is tonight.
Okay, Quiet Place next
is
week.
next Monday.
Okay, good.
And then tomorrow is My Spy. If you're seeing that with your kids.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to see it, but I am seeing Bloodshot tonight.
Lydia would love to see my
Bloodshot.
Spy.
Oh, My
No,
Spy.
she
all
wants
right.
to see that.
if anyone has a +1 to that
Yeah.
Quiet Place too.
I might, but we also,
None of
you
us
guys
do
also
right now.
saw The Hunt last night, right?
I
You
did
didn't
not.
see it. Oh, okay.
I was feeling slightly still under the weather. You
Yeah.
guys know I'm coming over something, and,
Yeah.
and today, but today I decided I could come today
Yeah.
because I'm no longer
Ill.
But last night I was like, you know what? I just don't want to
Take your
bother
last
anybody
day.
with, I don't want to put anybody at risk.
Yeah. So,
So I did not go see it. But I actually heard it was really good.
well, did you like? I didn't realize.
Oh, you
I-
did go.
I thought about it at the
did.
last second. I said to myself because we were coming up with the title of the episode, and I was like, "Oh shit, I saw it last night. We should just title this thing The Hunt Review." But then I forgot.
This is the movie that has had a ton of controversy around
Mm.
it. For anybody who's not thinking of the movie, remember this was canceled,
Right.
Oh,
and
that-
they
oh, I
decided
was-
to drop it.
Well, I want to
was
hear
on that
Ben's.
episode
Ben,
quite
let's
a
hear your
Yeah.
review of The Hunt. Go ahead.
The Hunt is it's exactly what you think it is about. A bunch of quote unquote, and these are the movie's words, not mine. They literally say it in the movie. It's a bunch of liberal elites hunting a bunch of quote unquote rednecks. Not my words, the movie's words. And it's like basically Hunger Games, Battle Royale, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they've got to survive. And Betty Gilpin, the star of Glow, what's her name in Glow? The wrestling
She's
name?
Liberty Bell.
Yeah,
Liberty Bell from Glow, and she was in Nurse Jackie. She's kind of the lead star in it. Emma Roberts is in this. Ike Barinholtz and a few other actors you'll know. The guy from Always Sunny is in there.
Which
Hilary
one?
Swank.
What's going on?
Just the embargo's not up yet. So
Oh, it's not up yet.
Okay.
Well, there
Well,
you go.
I'm
All
just
right.
describing the movie.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
go.
right now
said
you're
anything.
fine. That's why I just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
That's
know.
why I
Oh,
would-
Okay.
well, good. So there's a reason why we
Yeah.
Could have
Look
been
at
put
that.
in jail.
That's how it
The
works.
review embargo is Wednesday, March 11th at 6 a.m.
Thank you. All right. Well, good. Good cutting out there. So maybe tomorrow we'll talk about The Hunt.
But very good
There we go.
description.
There we go.
Yes.
But it's a Hunt and Bloodshot tomorrow, unless there's an embargo on Bloodshot also.
I don't know. I will look and make
I don't
sure.
pay attention to the embargoes anymore. So there you go.
You want to know what? The embargoes have been so. The reason I thought to look is because the embargo has
Glad you
been
did.
so late recently.
Yeah, yeah.
They just for all movies. I
Everything.
don't know whether that's like
Yeah,
a new.
Mulan had the premiere last night, right?
I saw our friend Maude Garrett was
Yeah, yeah,
there.
Wendy was there.
Tiffany was there.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know. Trisha Hirschberger was there.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
did they
think
think?
Tiffany was.
What were the initial tweets?
So I saw some positive, a lot of positive,
Mm-hmm.
like people saying that they cried, people saying that this was not the same as the original, but the people who were fans of the original really
dig it.
loved
Okay.
What
this.
movie is this? Sorry. I was-
Mulan.
Mulan. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Trisha Hirschberger, I saw she did an Insta story with Maude. They were both talking about like how they both cried, they had no makeup left on their face,
Yeah.
saying something like that.
Yeah.
But in general, I saw online only positive things.
Yeah, that's something I think I'm going to see that one next week.
Do you think that's going to get pushed, or you think it's too late?
They said they're
They're
keeping
going to
it
keep it if they had the
pushed it.
premiere.
domestically. Domestically, they're going to keep it. They've
Yeah.
already pushed it
Yeah.
foreign.
Right.
Foreign
You
It-
have to push. The theaters are closed.
Right.
Yeah.
If they did the premiere, they're still going to release it. for sure. All right. What's next?
Jay Scotty for real.
Oh wait. You know what? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do that impression. So Drunk Brett.
Yes, Drunk Brett.
Drunk Brett going down the rabbit hole for Alice in Wonderland, and he runs into the Mad Hatter.
With Alice. Did
Alice.
you read that part? No, it said Drunk Brett and Alice, but are you-
Alice.
Alice in
Alice
Alice.
in Wonderland.
Oh.
Alice.
That's why
I
I-
read Alice.
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 Read it again.
So you have the
no,
Drunk Brett
all right,
music?
so I'm running down to meet
It's one of them. Go ahead, play around. See what you got. See what. Let's see what
Got
you,
it.
There you go.
Oh, God.
Why you gotta run so goddamn fast? All right, I've been chasing you down this rabbit hole. I don't know why, but you just look so cute. Why are you in such a hurry?
Well, I'm not a rabbit. I'm the Mad Hatter.
What? That's the opposite rule of improv, Kristian.
That's not the scenario that they paid $20 for.
You did not. You did not yes-and me, and now I'm going to be very upset.
Well, you should be, because you smell like the mouse's tea. Why are you so silly right now?
I've had a lot of treacle.
Treacle? Is that the other name of my second mouth? Have you met the March Hare?
I just want more treacle, because treacle is fermented whiskey something.
Yes, right.
Now I'm
Can you
turning-
do the mouse's twinkle, twinkle, little bat? Because that's my favorite.
Listen, I just am down this rabbit hole,
Oh,
and I just want to get one of those mushrooms. That's why I came here.
okay. Well, I'll take it with you, because fuck this place.
Very nice, very nice, very
Thank you.
nice.
All right, what's the next one?
Jay Scotty for real. Trivia question. How many Marvel and DC films has Djimon Honsou had a role in?
Oh, my goodness.
47.
Well, let's see. We can do Guardians, Shazam.
5,
Yeah.
4.
Now you get 20 seconds on that one.
3.
I'm gonna guess 3.
I say 4.
I'm just gonna throw 7 out there. Fuck it.
8.
5.
What were they?
Constantine, Guardians,
Oh, yeah.
Aquaman,
Oh.
Captain Marvel, and Shazam.
Yeah,
Who's in Captain Marvel?
He's the same person who's in Guardians.
That's right. Stupid. All right.
Does any other actor come close to rivaling that? J.K. Simmons, Lawrence Fishburne, anyone else?
Yeah. Oh no.
That's been in movies?
Oh yeah.
Sam Jackson.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin's been in a ton also, right? He's in more. Or
Jonah Hex, Deadpool 2, and Thanos.
right. All
And
right.
how many movies is Thanos in?
Oh, and Sin City.
2.
And Sin City. No, he's in more than 2.
No, but he wasn't him before.
Yeah, but he was in Guardians.
That was him in
Guardians.
That was
Guardians.
Josh Brolin in Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roxy got
What's
the
next?
question and
Nice.
she killed it
And
because
she's
she's
going to be
a
playing in the Schmodown next
Yeah.
week. All right. What's
Adelia Chamberlain wanted to send some love to Ben and the hashtag Bandit Brigade for keeping me sane during this trying time. Happy to say my father is out of the hospital and doing well
Woo!
post heart surgery.
I like that.
The whole Schmodown community has been great to me. Thanks so much.
got it.
Christian. I like that too. Yeah, I like that.
I am Ninja Panda.
Yes, you
I
are.
don't know if anyone else is watching it, but Better Call Saul season 5 is amazing so far.
Watch it. I need to
I,
watch the whole.
I
wanna
feel
watch
like
the
a
whole
traitor
series.
to my own
seen it.
kind.
I know. It's
I've never seen
you know what's so weird about that? I love Bob Odenkirk.
Me too.
Breaking
I
Bad's
love
my favorite
season
show
one,
of all
too.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to watch that show.
Oh,
I know.
I watched season 1. I loved it, and then I don't know what happened.
I know.
I happened. I suck.
No, there's too much content,
There's a lot.
man.
There's a
You
lot.
should watch television
What was that
80
evolution right
hours
there?
a week. That's
She's just
What happened? I happened.
agree,
I
Roxy.
suck.
You suck.
You,
Yeah.
you called it. She's 8-miling herself, bro.
She really is. Joe the
You
Giant.
grab it.
I took a girl I had been seeing for 2 months to Schmodown, Atlanta.
Yes.
That hood does not. It's too pointy.
Yo,
Roxy.
if you
No,
had,
it's fine.
I haven't seen her since, and she hasn't responded to a text in over a week. Pro tip: if you want to break up with a girl, take her to a live event. She will just ghost you. FML.
Yeah, well, you took the wrong girl.
I gotta say, ghosting was a move I did when I was younger, and I am very sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
I do not respect or like that decision
I
don't either.
of myself or
Plus,
anybody.
you just found the wrong girl.
You can always text somebody
Yeah.
and say, I am just not interested in you.
I think the only exception, because I was having this argument with my sister, because I 1,000%
What is your
agree.
Sarensen said? When did they decide on starting an hour later? I guess he's not caught up with daylight savings time.
Oh,
Is today daylight saving?
No,
that was on
the other
Saturday
day.
and
Sunday.
Sunday.
Did you?
When
how did
was
you,
it?
How did you get here on time?
Wait, what day was it?
She doesn't
Yeah,
have
but
any
what about clocks in her
Do you think
house?
she
But
has
she probably
analog
uses her
clocks in
phone.
her house or
Wait,
something
hold on,
automatically?
True.
Hold on. When was daylight saving? And
Saturday and the
Saturday night.
Sunday.
and
You
what
didn't hear the
happened?
whole joke that like
About International Women's Day. They was like, this is the perfect metaphor for being a woman.
Wait,
is
did we
because you
lose an hour?
Yes.
I lost an hour of sleep?
Yes.
I thought it was
On
Sunday into
International Women's-
Monday. It was
Isn't it
two
harder
Saturday
for you
and
to wake
Sunday.
up the last
Saturday and
couple of
Sunday.
days?
I was getting over something. I was just trying. I don't know.
Oh, duh. I forgot.
Well, God bless you. All right, what's next?
all right. Damon's
Roxy's
ass.
so stupid.
Keep those schmobots
Can't even
coming.
tell the time. Damon's ass. Roka's not there. Good. I can relax now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I
got
love
it.
John Roca.
Yes.
Sir Lord Attenborough. Thoughts on the Jungle Cruise trailer? Looks pretty decent, but will probably catch on streaming service when it drops.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Jungle Cruise D23 stuff when it posted, and I liked it's either one of those movies that's going to be very similar, like Jumanji, right? To where
It looks very Jumanji.
Not expecting much from it when you see it, and it could be like, oh my god, this turned out to be really good. Great talent with both The Rock and Emily Blunt.
Do you
know?
take your kids to this?
I don't know. I think that I would go to the screening first, and then if and I wouldn't take my kids, but I'm also like I could potentially take my oldest
Really? I thought that once you passed 2, you said it was fine.
to go to the movies.
Yeah.
go to the movies, but not that movie. That'd be too much going on. I actually haven't even taken this. My oldest, I took her first movie was Frozen, and she was a little over 2, and she sat through the whole thing. My youngest now is about 2.5. She hasn't been to the movies yet because I haven't found the right thing to take her to yet.
Oh my gosh, she looks so cute in a little raincoat today and her little umbrella walking down the street.
So
I died.
And she wanted to put on the hood when she had the little Frozen hoodie, and so it's a pain in the ass to put a jacket on this kid. But today she wanted to do it for the raining, and then she goes, "Hey, Dad!" I go, "What?" She goes, "Hood up," so I take the hood up. She like walks over. All right.
I saw her like go up the stairs and just like her little paws like, got it.
Yeah. She's
Both
a
of your
character.
kids are really smart, man.
I don't know how that happened.
It's your wife.
Absolutely.
Only thought on Jungle Cruise trailers that I didn't hear a single pun. There needs to be puns.
Puns.
That's
Good.
literally the
What kind of-
entire run.
What kind of pun?
Like I don't
That's
know.
the whole Jungle Cruise.
It's the whole Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Like I honestly can't think of any. But
Because of the original, you're saying?
no, like the ride at Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's all they do is animal puns.
That's what I meant by the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll probably do a couple. All right.
ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Sorry to hear that, Rocky, but you know after
Rocky. You gotta make sure you do the reading. Hey, yo, Adrian. If you don't do the right reading there, Ben, you gonna call it.
It says Rocky.
Sorry, Rocky.
But you know what she's talking
Rocky
about.
in the house. Yo, this is me and I'm Rocky. You gonna hit me in the face?
I put the fool that can't read no goddamn words.
Rocky? Is that you?
I'm not done with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry to hear that, Rocky, but you know after the bagel incident, RB3 said he only snitches on the white people.
There you go.
That's very true.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yep.
I guess so.
See that guy over there. Hello, SEN crew. I learned that today is apparently the 25th anniversary of the movie Outbreak.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen it. Is it good? Is it bad timing to bring it up?
I never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but Contagion is my shit. That shit is terrible.
Yeah, I know Contagion. What's Outbreak?
It's with Dustin Hoffman
Oh,
and Renee
love
Russo.
him.
It's like, that was the original one before Contagion. It was like the monkey that starts.
What's the Michael Crichton one?
that
The
Outbreak?
Andromeda Strain.
I love how you looked at me.
Yeah.
What's the Michael Crichton
No,
one?
you're just in his eye
Who's Michael Crichton?
Who let the dogs out?
Well, you are a Schmodown winner.
Legend.
I'm going to be a legend this year.
You are.
I will tell you that.
He's undefeated. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps again. If my snitch comment came across or sounded repugnant, I apologize. But also, I was wondering, Kristian, what are your thoughts of last Friday's show with Corey? I personally thought he was amazing. He was an amazing part of the show.
I was bummed that I missed it. Corey and Martin are two of my favorite people from Double Toasted. Two of my favorite people, and I had to do something for Schmodown in general, and I just couldn't be here. So and we were going to cancel the show in general. But I was like, I don't want to do that. Plus RB3 really wanted to do a show with Corey, and I'm so glad they did. Corey is really funny, man, and he can just riff.
Oh, yeah.
So
It was
he-
ridiculous.
Yeah, he can
It was-
riff, man.
it was a
So
fun Friday.
I wish he lived here because I would have him on all the damn time.
What was the part about snitches? Stitches?
Snitches get
He
stitches.
said my snitch comment, Chris. I don't know what that
Oh,
was.
because RB3, he said RB3 snitched on you, and he was apologizing if it came across rude.
Oh, it's okay.
What did RB?
There's been way worse.
About the show.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think you
yeah,
might
yeah,
have in the
yeah.
hall.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
if anybody has more, clout to be mad at him for snitching, it's Ben for
Yes.
the snitching
Yeah,
on the
for
bagels.
getting it.
Yeah, the bagels.
Dagan, hey Roxy, you mentioned the card game Slamwich on your stream. Me and
Yeah.
my friends loved Slamwich as a kid, but Ben mentioned he'd never heard of it. Maybe it was more of a New England thing. SEN crew, what are your favorite board/card games?
So whatever that the Wright brothers or whatever the name of they make a ton of card games. You guys never played any of those
Yeah.
growing up?
Sure.
Milton Bradley?
No, I think
That's
they're
who I was
called.
thinking of.
I think they're
The
called
Wright
the Wright brothers. Will you look up who made Sandwich? It was this game where you're putting down pieces of sandwiches. They're on cards, and then you hit the deck and say Slamwich, and like you win more cards.
I feel like that
you might have played it.
You just
I made it up?
you jogged something in my memory. It sounds something similar. Maybe it was called something else where I don't know. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, so there was things like this. I don't know whether it was a New England thing, but there was a ton of games like this. There was one with like witches, and you would make spells and drink potions, and all the cards had pictures on it.
My favorite board game to this day, still I play with my kids, is Monopoly for sure. I know it's
Really?
this is an easy answer, but there was one my buddy made up that was great, and it was a role playing game with, and it was a wrestling game, and it was dice. It was I'm telling you, I wish he would have like done something with it because it would have made cash. I was obsessed with it. You would roll it, you could win championships, you could do matches with it, and like I was obsessed with this role playing game that my buddy made up back in the day. And now that I think about it, I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, you got to get it.
I gotta try to
I'll
get him
play
to
it
make
with you on air.
It's
what I was
so
gonna say.
it was so good.
Was that a weird thing to say?
So what he would do is he would take these. I don't want. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Yeah,
'cause I
don't
think
tell
it's
us.
so
Don't
good. Yeah, go ahead.
Don't tell anybody.
I'm not telling you. Don't tell you.
I couldn't find who made it.
Still,
Sorry.
still.
No,
My
you-
favorite
no,
is
no, no.
Spy Alley. Did you guys ever play that one?
Never heard of it.
Oh, Spy Alley was the best board game. You would pretend you would each be a different spy from a different country, but you couldn't tell who you were, and you're trying to move through the game and like get all the passports and shit that you need to be a spy.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Okay, I mean, black people love Uno and Dominoes.
Oh,
we
Uno's
play a
dope.
lot of both of those.
Uno
Now,
breaks
here's
up
another.
families.
This is a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe
Yes.
that Roxy and I
Yes.
will be stoned watching Bloodshot tonight?
You should.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
I'm just saying you should. If you're not, I'm concerned for both of you.
It feels positive.
Yes.
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 We
It
still never got
feels-
stoned and went to go see Cat.
I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
I think I'm glad.
Who makes
All
the
right.
best cat sound?
My daughter, when she says the word cat, because I say to her, the 2-year-old, I say, what sound, what animal is this? Meow. She goes, it's a cat. All right, what's next?
Charlotte Attenborough. Anybody on the desk see The Hunt?
Hell, is that the fart ninja?
I think
Oh,
so.
that was
Oh, that
Winston.
was me.
just
Wind.
farted?
No, that was a fair.
That was good. It sounded like it
God,
came
that
from
was
like
that
France.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyone on the desk see The Hunt or Mulan yet? Yet
about
early
that.
reviews
Yeah.
for Mulan are looking pretty good.
Cool.
Are you talking about that?
it,
Did that one.
Drunk Brit, no spoilers, but Lon Harris deserves a Best Actor award for his character in the Schmodown.
I'm telling you, if you
Hashtag
don't
the delinquent.
make
Agreed.
sure it's gonna. So we have 3 matches coming out this week. So if you're a patron, you already have got today. All patrons will get Final Exam and the experiment, and you also want to see this and watch the post scene for tomorrow as well. And then tomorrow tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Yes. The Family versus Corruption, the #1 contender match that we live streamed on Saturday, that drops to the public tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have Jeff Snyder versus Ethan Irwin. So and the winner of that will play the winner of Paul Oyama and John Roca. So
Who's ready?
you got to be pretty pumped.
I'm ready.
When's that Roko Yama match? Next
Near the
Friday?
end of
That's
the
next
month.
Friday. It's the Friday before Free for All.
Oh,
The Friday before Free for All.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
No, it's fine. Oh,
I want it so bad.
Because Shandru Hannah was announced too. That's at the end
That's
of the
coming
month.
at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got him backwards.
Was that Sheridan Merle fight? When's that one go down?
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon?
Yeah, you're pretty excited about that.
We gotta let him study up.
Yes.
Flaccid Dragon. I've been on a Jonathan Demme kick recently, and I finally saw his incredible Talking Heads film, Stop Making Sense. Do y'all have a concert film to recommend or a favorite Demme movie? I think Roxy would love Married to the Mob and Something Wild.
Married to the Mob, I think you definitely would like for sure. But as far as a concert film, the Metallica one was pretty cool.
CB4, Chris Rock. It's a fucking great movie.
That is, CB4 is hilarious.
It's fucking great.
Do you think a flaccid dragon has a flaccid penis, or the dragon is flaccid?
Probably a little bit of both.
Like
Need
its
some
neck
of those
doesn't
blue
really
chews.
work.
Yeah. All right.
You see
well,
that
Is Blue Chew a sponsor now?
The Dragon episode
Do we
of Rick
get
and
free
Morty?
samples?
Yeah, we
You gotta watch it.
So I said we do get free samples.
Sample
Yeah.
of what?
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew's the shit.
yeah.
I'll do a whole fucking promo my goddamn self.
Are you here Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
All right,
threw
okay,
it. Yeah,
so
I won't
what's
be here.
Blue
He
Chew?
threw it to me. And I didn't, yeah.
Tell them what Blue Chew is.
Well, Blue Chew is what it's actually bluechew.com, but I guess they say they're not called Blue Chews, and it's the same ingredients as Cialis and Viagra, and you can get an online consultation, so you don't have to go to a doctor, and you can get it online, and they'll send it to you in discreet packaging.
Yes,
by
they
the
do.
way,
Yes,
and if you
they
use
do.
the code SEN Live, no, just SEN at Blue Chew, that's BLUE. Chew.com, SEN, you will get your first order free, and all you have to do is pay $5 shipping. They're boner chewable
Yeah.
Viagra, basically.
I told you I took a Viagra once.
You took one?
Yeah.
When did you
Yeah,
take one?
I
did.
heard about women
Well,
doing
What does it do to you?
It like enhances.
Did it work?
I think so,
Ron
but
Burgundy?
like placebo, you know.
thought you were gonna say
So I
something
tried
totally-
Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
I don't know. Don't they make a female version of Viagra for
do.
enhancement that isn't?
I think so. But
For men?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they.
Let's keep moving through though. What do we get next?
I will definitely do a promo on Thursday.
Danish
I
listener.
prefer hard penises.
You prefer them?
I'm
That's
just
good.
saying, in my run for election,
Yeah.
because Winston, what's my platform?
All Penises Matter 2020.
All
Yeah.
penises matter.
Well,
2020.
but see now-
it's really all penises that have blue chew pulsing through their veins.
Pulsing.
Well, that is. That would definitely be
2024,
Danish
I think.
listener.
That didn't get you schmobot. I don't know what would.
All right. Hey, Christian, Roca spoiled the throwdown on yesterday's show.
Roka's great at that.
Yeah. Paul Denuzio with the Schmobot. Will Watson. Bandit, tell Christian about the Wheelman promo scene. And since I was at the ATL event and saw Robert Parker's bit, I'd love to take him on and drive over him in IG. Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
Will, the guy you gifted the wheel to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Me and him are going to shoot a promo.
Okay, cool.
I like
Yeah.
him.
He's a super sweetheart. It was really cool to have him at the event. And
Him and
brought-
his family.
Brought his family
Yeah.
with him, and he was just a really just good
Stud.
dude, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Douglas Johnson, any way you could move Chicago Schmodown to late August, early September when I will be in Chicago anyway, please? If not, when will tickets go on sale?
Well, I mean, this is like I've told you many times before, and this is always subject to change. Right now, the guarantees are the free for all that we are doing on March 21st. And I promise you that if you're a Schmodown fan, or even if you're not, and you have an opportunity to get to downtown LA at the Globe Theater and see all of the competitors, and you don't, you'll kick yourself in the ass. And it is, I'll kick you in the ass because it is absolutely the event that you should go to. The SchmodownLive.com.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, everybody's going to be there. Then Houston,
but me also.
You also. Yeah. Houston on
Ticket
April,
sales. Bing, 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 bing,
yeah.
bing, 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 bing.
April 25th in Houston.
Ticket sales.
Which somebody got mad at me. Stop calling it Houston. It's Texas City. Whatever.
What?
Wait,
Talk
what?
to me. What?
Yeah, some guy is just like you're promoting it the wrong way. It's not Houston. It's Texas City. It's like it's close enough. And
Texas
the point is,
City?
and
That'd be
Brad
like-
Gilmore, if
what?
Brad Gilmore and Booker T say this is Houston and we're proud Houston, then I'm gonna say it's Houston. So it's Houston.
What? It's like 5 minutes outside, and
right
so somebody's.
outside of it. So anyway, it's like there. It's
I call it Houston.
How dare you, Christian?
I know.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
How dare you?
Okay, it sounds. I was like, is that the nickname for Houston,
No,
Texas City?
So whatever. But anyway, it's at Booker T's World Gym Arena again. We have the main event. You will learn what the main event is tomorrow if you didn't watch the live
What
stream.
is it?
Cool. And then
Do you love when I do
No, it
that?
drives me nuts, but
you
hey, but
love
you're not
when
gonna-
I
you're
do
not gonna
that.
change it.
It's just amazing.
it's so great.
So good for air.
Friday.
Suck it, Roxy.
yes.
You suck.
May.
Why does Roxy keep asking those questions? He can't answer them.
May we're aiming for now 2 cities because we're not going to Boston anymore in May. So I know it's hard. The theaters were tough.
I know.
So we're either going to aim for Philadelphia or Detroit. And we're going to see which theater we can get, what makes sense. So
Can
one
I still
of those
come
two.
to that one?
Depends on who's playing. Then June is Chicago. Still doing Chicago. July, we are looking into it. August is Star Wars Celebration, Anaheim. And then September would most likely be where we're trying to get Boston.
Why would you guys not do July?
We're just looking into what we
What
think
you
makes the
wanna
most
do?
sense because we also want to make sure that because I'm not doing it at Comic-Con again. Although I would seriously consider doing like 3 or 4 full days of SEN live at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I would consider doing. I think it's a full-on Schmodown. I don't think we're going to do.
If they have Comic-Con.
If they have Comic-Con, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
that's,
At this point, I wonder if they would.
Real talk, if they get it under control right now, a couple months from now, we'll be fine. So,
Sure,
yeah.
but if they can get it together now, I mean,
But
it's-
'cause
when,
Comic-Con's
when
July,
you have some
right?
of the people that are saying like, this is it. Don't worry, everything's under control.
Yeah.
It is. All right.
Well, this is an ignorant question, but what does get it under control mean?
I don't know.
Fine.
There's a
Fine,
vaccine
the
for it at least,
Yeah, but
yeah.
there's not going to be a
Vaccine.
vaccine for
They're already
a minute.
they're already at stage. I don't know how many stages there are, but they're saying that they're relatively close to getting the one.
Yeah.
So you think getting the vaccine means getting it under control because it will mean ultimately getting it under control.
But also, I feel like the big thing is we still don't fully know what it is and what it's capable of. So like once you can stop letting it spread like wildfire and we realize how deadly it really is and stuff. I mean, people are saying this is going to be like a new. I think we said this on the show. Or there's a cold season and a flu season, and it sounds like there's going to be a Corona season going forward. But like we'll be able to handle it. It sounds like. So.
It's the containment of everybody. And also with the vaccine, though, I'm wondering if this is going to be an expensive fucking vaccine.
It probably
I have
will
a
be.
feeling somebody's going to...
That's why I said to my wife yesterday. I was like, one thing, not. Can you imagine if somebody put some a couple dollars into stock into Clorox wipes?
Oh.
Holy shit!
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Fuck, I should have thought about that.
No,
shit.
everybody thought about that.
I
and
make
toilet
my
paper.
own
Some Purell stock.
Yeah, seriously.
Kirkland
All right,
brand.
keep the questions coming in here too, guys. If you have Schmobots over at streamlabs.com/the Schmodown. If you want to hear Mr. Void or Mr. Obama or Pacino or whoever, throw them on in there.
Yo, ta.
So my girlfriend just texted me and she goes, "Babe, stop being that excited about Blue Chew. People are gonna think you have erectile dysfunction." And I'm like, "No, it's not that. It's just that like
You just want to destroy things.
Jesus Christ,
Walking in, I'm gonna take this fucking bookshelf and destroy it, cut it down.
My
Rhinoceros penis.
I was gonna say, you know what?
Round two.
Well, what? It's round two. It's also drunk Brett. You should do it. You
Yeah.
should do one because honestly, if you've been drinking a shit ton, when you get a little bit older, you don't go full erectile dysfunction,
Right.
but sometimes you get whiskey
Yeah.
dick. Blue Chew good for that shit.
Yeah,
too.
refractory period. I mean, that's the thing. That there are times, and I think I have a pretty good sex
Just
life
ma-
for a 46-year-old with
Yeah.
my wife.
Well, here's
there are times that she wants to go several rounds, and
Right.
like I really want to, but
you just Blue
the
Chew it
little
up.
fella doesn't.
You Blue Chew it up and you
it's
good.
an impression, so I can do it. Winston on Blue Chew. All right, what's next?
No, I'm just gonna hold on this shot of Roxy's face.
Yeah.
What I'm really concerned about is my girlfriend
thought
is
that
now
was
in her
funny.
office
Yeah.
bright fucking red. Just
Oh, I love when guys talk about this stuff because it's kind of the equivalent of women talking about their vagina issues,
Yeah.
and people like don't. And I think it's important to know. People at home probably are looking at you guys like you're very cool guys, and you guys are talking about shit that you need to do to make it work in bed for your wife, for your girlfriend, for
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah, we had like a schmobot in the middle of the ad read, and like one of our producers like it's like, hey, make sure we turn on the schmobot, and I was like, I agree for sure, but the schmobot was like, oh, who drew the short straw to read this ad, and I was like, no, like this is good to like destigmatize
Yeah.
these kind of things
Yeah.
too, like
Yeah.
so it worked out in our favor to like talk about it. Like there's a lot of things that like get like shoved under the rug for some reason. Like I'm glad that we have this ad to
Yeah.
do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. All right, what's next?
James 97. Why aren't there spoilers if you want it to be a live sports field? Generally confused about it.
So there are spoilers for live events themselves, right? Live events, this is what I've told people. So when we do live events, the only place that we ask is the Facebook group itself. The Facebook group that will, like 24 hours is when we ask for spoilers. Twitter, your Facebook page, everywhere else that you want to go, you can put spoilers anywhere you want. Now the throwdown, it's because it was kind of impromptu. It was a live stream that we did, and yes, you could have access to it, but we know that we're going to air it on Wednesday, so we want to let people have a little bit of opportunity. However, there's going to be a full-on spoiler discussion on Backstage about it. So yes, but I don't care if people are on Twitter right now talking about it. That's absolutely that's the.
I think that's why I was generally confused too about what the rules for that stuff is too.
All right.
Nick Piccolo. Hey guys, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for starting my day off with laughs and for all you guys do. Happy birthday, Nick.
Have you had that yet?
No, I was asking if I
Delicious.
could.
Yeah, but have you had one before?
No.
Waterloo?
No.
Right, it's
I've
fine.
had the watermelon
So
one.
I
This is
had
black cherry. I love black cherry
so
flavored
it's
things.
Waterloo. Like people, I was drinking this the other day, and Ellis is like, he goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's really good." Ellis goes, "So what's this? You're not drinking LaCroix anymore?" I go, "Nah, I switched over, bro."
You're Waterloo.
And he goes-
That's that Whole Food
and,
shit.
And he goes, and he's like, he looked, he's like, "All right, let me try it." And he goes, "Well, that's better than LaCroix."
Yeah,
I go,
it is. This is really
It's
good.
delicious and
I mean, I
refreshing.
like
There's
LaCroix
no more.
too.
There's no more left. She
God
took the
damn
last
it.
one. Sorry, buddy.
I'm a spin drifter myself.
Yeah, that was it. I put
I'm
two,
official on the seltzer train.
I put two in there for myself, so I had it, and Roxy drank one of them.
I'll be honest. There's more in there.
Oh, how many are left?
I think probably one.
Oh,
I won't take your last one. That's rude.
Sir Lord Attenborough.
That would be too nice of him to do to give that to you. too.
I love how it
Too
flew under
generous.
the. I love how it also flew under the. I love how it also flew under the radar. That I was like, oh, I love Waterloo. Yeah, I tried the watermelon one. Not a single response from anybody.
You said I tried the what?
The
watermelon.
watermelon.
I didn't know
one.
there was a watermelon. It sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh, it's-
though.
Hey, if
amazing.
I
I
actually
would
liked
have.
the watermelon one in LaCroix when they had it.
The best.
Roku would have
Watermelon
said something
LaCroix?
about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Of course, he would have been like, back later. That's all I drank was watermelon and Waterloo.
Key lime, best LaCroix.
Yes.
By far.
Yes,
By
and good to
far.
mix with vodka.
Yeah, I like the cherry.
Yes.
I
Cherry.
love the way you
Boy,
think,
Come
Brad.
on.
All right, Billy, what's next?
Okay.
Mix the vodka with
You
the
just call him
LaCroix.
Billy?
Yeah.
Is that it? I don't know.
No, I just call it.
Sir Lord Attenborough.
Thanks, Sam.
Kristian, I know, Arcadia with the Schmobot, and then Sir Lord Attenborough. Kristian, I know you are probably swamped with a bunch of stuff, but just curious if you will do a Clone Wars season review or go back and review the newly released episodes. I've thoroughly enjoyed this season so far.
I'm probably gonna have to do a season one because I don't know about episode per episode. Because when I was doing Mandalorian, I had more time on my hands to do it, so I would do this show, and it's okay. I can set myself up, and then I could find a way to do Mandalorian. I have no time to do that for the other things that I've been doing for Schmodown right now, and good things, positive things, but just not enough time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch all of them, and then I'll do a full-on review, whether it's on this show or a separate video. But I will review them. I've seen the first half of the first episode. I have no opportunity to watch.
Oh, you
them.
haven't even watched any? Okay.
No, I'm gonna watch them. I want to watch them all in a big thing. What is it, 4 right now?
Yeah, 4.
Yes, I'm going to watch them all.
Right. And then Jeremiah Morris, Kristian, I know you may hate it, but Brandon will always be the hot man to me in and out of the Schmodown.
Yeah, I know, but that's your call to action. The call to action crew
Everybody's allowed to nickname people whatever they want.
It's whatever you want to do.
It's just not his character's
It's
name.
a pocket. It's a pocket of thing that the call to action people came up with, and I think it's cool. You should do that, but it's like it doesn't mean that it's going to transfer into this because you will hurt his character. If they do it, because I'm telling you, it's not a successful thing that'll work. Because it's like, what are you gonna do? Put him in a Fabio wig and he starts walking around and like, what are we doing with that?
He's
it's
the
like
hot
it's a good
man.
shtick. It's a good shtick for their show, and it's fun for their show because it was a mess up on the thing. That's something like
Scatman.
I don't know if
I know.
Hitman works anymore either.
no, it's the same reason why we didn't, and that's why I talked to him, and that's like. The Bagel Boy does not transfer into the Schmodown.
No.
Like it could have stayed here, and it could have been, but he didn't want to be called. That's one thing. But it doesn't transfer. The Bandit's
great.
with the the gloves on and thing and the attitude that works because you can transfer that over into a character. What can you do with the Hot Man?
I
Nothing.
want one so bad, and I know I'm not a player.
You're not a player.
But I am a manager.
Yes,
and
the Roxinator.
Thank you.
I thought you were just the rock star. I thought that
Yeah, you are
was
the
your...
rock
I am the rock star.
Yes.
We're the rock
Just
stars.
like I'm the swaggy blurred, you're the rock star.
Yeah.
I thought that's what...
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Big Mo movie review and Fantastic Mr. Fox with the Schmobots, Jeremiah Morris. Hey Winston, big fan, no spoilers, but if you and Lon are my new favorite duo, you guys work wonderful together.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the funny thing is Lon easily brings it out of me. I don't have to work for anything just because like the deeper he goes, the deeper I go.
He's so good.
He's amazing.
Right now, after that one performance, I would put him today.
Your favorite character?
He might not favorite. He's up there with Guy and Kalinowski for me. He's up there. Who's that? Is that Ellis? There he is.
There he is.
What a girl. You want to sit over there? Okay. All right. Give him a mic over there, please, if we have it.
Why I scared him off? He won't
Yeah,
come sit with me
we
anymore?
got headphones for him too, don't we?
Whoa.
think
What
we-
happened
No,
to
I think
John?
RB3 took those. I think those were
What's that?
RB3's.
What happened to John
Who's John?
Harris?
Oh, John Harris. So John was in the draft. Nobody drafted him. So he's still available.
What happened?
Winston, do you have a spot open in your team?
Not right now, no.
Because Lon's brother, you could get him to come in and do some funny stuff too.
He's
I think.
he's a great character.
Yeah, he's great.
Mark
Or maybe,
Ellis.
Maybe I will, and maybe we'll do some.
That'd be fun.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
In the house. What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing? Everybody good?
Yeah, you're good.
It's a
So
little-
Am I?
You're in and
you're
out.
on. You're
There
on.
it is. There it is.
Scoot up. Maybe if you scoot up a little bit.
Scoot up a little
I
bit.
think that's.
Oh,
Good. Thanks
Yeah.
for getting the studio ready for me.
We got you.
Don't let me forget to. You have a tape measure, right?
Yes, he does.
The thing
Yes, you do.
thing I told you about.
Look at
Cool.
this.
The thing I told you about. I'll
Yeah,
handle it today.
that's amazing. Thank you. All right, what's next? As we talk to Mark. I watched your.
What's next as we talk to Mark?
Mark, I
As we
actually
catch up on all things Mark Ellis. What's our next fan question?
I showed Sadie last night. We watched the Bill Burr comedy special last night.
Finally?
I watched it already, but I wanted to show.
Oh,
her.
okay.
She
What
didn't
did?
get a chance to
Well,
see
you
it.
know I care about the ladies' opinion. So.
Yeah, she liked it a lot.
Did she?
Yeah. You know what
You're talking about you watched Ellis on it, or
I watched Ellis on it. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
It was so good.
So good.
It's what makes
Ellis,
Ellis, and I'll say this
Ellis.
whether he's not in the room, if he's in the room or not. What makes him so good is also and comedians in general, it's a confidence on stage, and you can tell that he's comfortable, up there. Because there's some people even if they're on TV, they're not comfortable. And I saw other people that I know. That
I
it
can't
doesn't seem-
imagine somebody being comfortable. Like, it's so hard for me. You are so comfortable on there. I can't imagine ever feeling that way.
But we've been doing it.
It's really not that hard.
And but you've been doing
Really
it
not
also.
that
But when you think about the first time you went up on stage, it's not. You don't have that same kind of confidence that you have today. It's like you're at home. It's like you feel more comfortable up there than you do in life.
Well, okay. Here's the question though, and maybe I should get Sadie's take on this too. Is that because I saw myself with the beard?
There is
Hold
a
on.
social media rumor going around around and someone will try this, but the cure to coronavirus is to snort coke and drink bleach.
Oh, that's probably good.
Under 50% someone tries this in the next week.
Can
Oh,
I
it's
tell you that
possible.
I did snort baking soda this week because
try to get rid of it?
No, I heard that was going to help get rid.
Rid of the
50,000 doctor websites said that if you are feeling like you're getting a cold, to make sure that you put baking soda in your nose. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll try it.
You did,
Oh, you got to turn the camera on before you snort baking
It
soda.
was
Yeah.
baking soda,
Seriously.
salt.
That's Patreon top
It was
tier
baking
level
soda,
right
salt,
there.
water, all mixed up. I tried to use it as like a neti pot thing. It was fucking
Oof.
gnarly.
Well, speaking of neti pots, go
I
back.
snorted Fun Dip one time
Well, you were
in
saying.
school. Beard or no beard?
Beard, absolutely.
Because I've had the beard for a little
Yeah.
bit, but then the set was taped before the beard, so I'm just curious for.
I gotta be honest with you. I really like the beard a lot,
But
I did not notice either way last night when I was watching.
There is a clear answer, and beard is the answer.
Okay.
You go weird, man.
Women like the beard.
All I do, I watch a lot of old matches to study on my stream. And
I watch a lot of dudes with beards.
I
and,
watch so many dudes with beards on my stream, but everyone's literally just like, Ellis without a beard looks weird now, and so everyone's all about it.
See, well, I didn't want to do that because it is going to go away at some point.
No,
it's
I
not.
like the no beard also, but for
Okay.
as seasons change, so do Ellis's.
I like what you did there. Seasons change.
You also gotta.
Is that Robert Frost? That was good.
Yeah.
You also have to do it for Ben. Because you have to do it for me because I have patches and he can't grow it at all. So you got to do that for us.
Oh, okay.
Nothing
All right.
happens for you, Ben.
I get it.
You get a Roka pencil mustache?
Yeah, pencil. I get a villain twirling.
Do you ever see that picture of Roka with that little pencil mustache from high school? It's atrocious.
No.
But he's one of those guys that when he was in high
the
school.
50s. It
he
was a
looked-
different time.
Yeah, right. He looked like he was 50 when
Yeah,
he was in high
you
school.
just seen Snidely Whiplash on Rocky and Bullwinkle, and it's like, oh, I got an inspiration right here.
When
So
I
you're
was-
saying I'm like the team in Hoosiers. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this for all the small guys who can never grow a beard.
right.
You can never
Yeah.
get to this point.
That's right.
Phil
I can't
Coulson,
do it
this
to
is
that
for you got to avenge our faces, bro.
This is for you, Brendan Meyer.
That's right. What do you got there, guys?
Shape of Roka's balls.
Oh,
Yes.
Hey guys,
Long.
That's it.
that's the donation name.
Yeah.
Long, nice.
Hey guys, love the crew today. I wanted to know what kind of medieval movies or TV shows do y'all recommend? My personal favorite is between Braveheart and Outlaw King.
Yeah, I would have given you Braveheart. Braveheart to me is still it's in my top 5 movies of all time. Next to Empire, it might be my favorite.
I don't like I'm not a big like fantasy medieval person, so I don't know if I can.
Have you ever seen Braveheart?
Yeah.
There's one
Would
with
you guys-
Fassbender. I can't remember what it was.
I-
Oh,
called.
right.
I
That was the one that came out. Well, no, but that was
He was in a
Macbeth.
Hamlet.
Oh,
Hamlet.
Centurion.
Oh, okay.
Centurion. So I guess it's not medieval. It's like
Yeah.
more Roman.
Yeah.
I got I got one. Christian knows what mine is. Hit him.
Lord of the Rings.
Funniest movie ever made.
Yeah.
Robin
No. It's Monty Python.
Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Funniest movie ever made.
Would
Robin
you guys
the Men in
call,
Tights is great too.
Would you
Those
call
are
Game
those,
of
yeah,
Thrones
yeah.
medieval?
Yeah. It's like medieval
hard.
fantasy.
Medieval
was it's based.
Medieval
It's got a
adjacent.
medieval flavor to it.
Yeah,
like-
medieval has a lot of fantasy elements
Yes.
to it as well.
Yes.
Willow's good. Willow, I'd
Willow's
give you
dope.
medieval.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for that Willow Disney Plus series or movie that he was talking about.
Yep. All right.
Sean Sullivan, Star Wars competitor. Coronavirus might help live events. Flight tickets are so cheap right now. We booked our Houston flights for super cheap. As a fan, I'm excited to go to my first out-of-state live
I
event.
mean, that is the truth. I mean, it's if you take care of yourself, you wash your hands, you do everything you want to do, and you can get yourself you got a cheap flight to Los Angeles for the 21st. I'll tell you that to go to free for all.
Well, also
and
a
hotels and stuff
lot,
too.
a lot of the airlines. I don't know if you guys have been getting these, but I'm flying this weekend, so I've been getting a ton of notifications. Alaska, United, and I'm sure other ones now through. They said a date in March, but it might get pushed even further. Full refund anytime you want to cancel.
There you go.
So
Wow.
even if you book the flight, they'll fully
Yeah,
reimburse
yeah.
you because of
Yeah,
Corona.
we-
So
we
My
there's a
Zoni
lot
had to
of
cancel
airlines.
his Tokyo trip.
And a lot of airlines
It
are
is
doing
interesting
that.
that Sean said that because we have seen since this thing happened that more people are buying tickets to the free for all.
You know,
Yeah,
it's cool
it's
with
true.
American Airlines. If you buy a ticket and then it goes down, they won't give you jack shit. So that's awesome.
I can agree with that.
$100 less
Yeah.
now.
You talk about a good beard. That Sean Sullivan's got one.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So South by Southwest got canceled, and I found out like a couple hours before that NBC was canceled, but I wasn't like allowed to make the announcement. So No Austin, Texas for Marky
This
this weekend.
policeman came up to me
Sorry,
with a pencil
kids.
and a piece of very thin
did he
paper.
say?
He said, I want you to trace someone for me while I subscribe to the meaning of podcast.
Thank you, Hotel Nerd. Thank you.
It was,
I heard a meaning of.
Yeah,
I heard a meaning of,
All
Chef.
right, what's the next one?
Ellis, did that
Do we
negatively
got it? Your
affect you
mic's
at all?
up?
A couple $100 for a stand-up, maybe, but
I'll
live.
That was my big thing. Is I know a lot of people in Austin lost hell of money.
Well,
Right.
I
It
literally
ruined
put
that
it-
economy,
I-
yeah.
I put an article that it might not come back in 2021.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
You're the one that actually brought this up to me, Ellis. You think they're gonna cancel WrestleMania?
I'm so not in the wrestling world, but what's interesting is that because
the camera
WrestleMania,
on,
I think
Please.
Oh, sorry.
just do this. like you need to give me a hand signal. Because by the way, I'm
No,
having a
nothing-
very peaceful
nothing
show.
is happening.
No, I was
Oh,
trying to get
okay,
the camera.
okay.
on.
Just,
Yeah.
but this is
Yeah.
going to be the sign for a Schmobot. I think WrestleMania more than like a March Madness, which they're talking about playing the games, but in courts, in arenas that are empty. You need fans for WrestleMania,
Yeah.
or else you just cancel the event.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. If there's one guy that would have that the show must go on mentality, it's probably Vince. But I don't know.
I can't imagine.
I don't know
they
if
can't
Randy
say
the Snake Jacobs is going to be taking on Max the Heartbeat Hartwell
You keep
for your headliner match.
That was such like a
What year is it?
hodgepodge of like
Yeah.
old wrestlers. It was like the Heartbreak Kid was
The
in there,
Snake
Randy
Jacobs.
Macho Savage, Jake the Snake.
I'll never forget where I was a kid. I mean, Alex the Monster Vargas
Okay, well none of those.
taking
none of those are
on
real.
Dave
See,
the
Jake
Burger Mason.
Gary the Dentist Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave the Burger Mason.
I do hear you about the
Slapping
Vince,
the cart.
the Vince McMahon aspect, because I feel like he is one of those guys who would just be like, no, play
Right.
through, let's do this. However, he is a businessman, and if there are legitimate stats that say this is not going to do well if you do this, I think that he would back off. But it
I mean,
depends.
I think the NBA is going to start playing
Yep.
games that are
I'ma
in
be-
empty arenas.
I'm gonna be fucking pissed because I'm supposed to go to the Mavs Clippers game on Monday. If they tell me I can't fucking go, I'm gonna fight somebody.
They'll refund you, though, obviously.
I got them for free from my uncle.
They'll
He want to
refund
go
your
see
uncle.
Luca, baby.
I want to see my boy Luca.
Perfect.
Justin Hamilton. Good thing I got my hug from Kristian in Atlanta before the virus started spreading here in the States. Brett, you're the man. To show up every day smiling like you do is contagious. When is the next Southeast event possibly happening for the Schmodown?
Well, to answer Justin's first question, I think Justin and I heard a couple getting coronavirus to each other in the bathroom after the event.
No, that was just herpes.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
Ooh,
no
well done.
plans yet, but we're still working on it.
Yeah.
All
Damon's ass is back.
Oh, nice.
It's my sister's birthday today. I
Happy
wanted
birthday.
to congratulate her, and she held out her elbow.
Oh.
Weirdest feeling ever. But she's had health issues recently, so I got why she'd be cautious. Otherwise, I'd go, are you serious?
I'm telling you, man. I hope this whole thing does away with the handshakes. I hate handshakes. I hope it goes
You're
away.
not a handshake guy.
It's because it's sloppy and it just puts
Christian, we all know best.
Did you
movie
tell
scene
people
is the
about
count
the
over the
thigh
castle?
bump?
WrestleMania won't cancel. We are talking about the guy that told the world that the terrorists can do what they want, but we are going to do the live shows no matter what.
That's true. You know, I think that's why Mark was right. He said that basically this guy said there's no chance that
Terrorists can do what they want, but
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to do
what Vince
live
said.
shows no matter
yeah.
what.
So when all that shit went down, so
Quote Vince McMahon.
yes, and said that the cow scene is the best. In
They tried the thigh bump. I'm telling you, it's like a fist bump. You just kind of like bump like
tap shoes, man.
like right inside your knee. You just
Inner
get-
thighs?
Yeah,
Yeah, or
it,
kid- or
it sounds
kid
weird,
implant.
but,
You
but
slap
when
your
you
balls
put it into
together.
practice, it actually works. It's
Okay.
pretty seamless.
Yeah, I like
I-
the.
Slapping balls.
That just sounds like me too going to like full.
Does
All
it?
right,
You gotta
Brett,
be a little
Brett and
careful
Winston.
about that,
Brett and
bro.
Winston, stand up. Let me see it. Let me see this.
No, I don't want to see this.
You want to see it?
I want to
I'm
see
all
it.
I can display.
No,
Brett, you
not-
want to
not
get
on
up?
the air.
Oh, the
Let's-
side
I'll display it over there. I don't know if
No,
you-
display it right there because I have a camera over there.
What is this?
It's your inner knee, right, or your outer?
your inner knee,
All right, I got it.
just above the
Oh,
knee.
Go
I
ahead.
thought you
Let's-
meant your
let's-
side.
Yeah, I'll read one
Brett,
while we.
go ahead, Brett. Let's see how this works.
I like a handshake because I feel like
So sorry, but for those people who are listening,
Right, so
right
you
now
take
Brett is
that,
standing. So now
and
we
I
can.
take
All
this
we can
one.
see for us. We just see that.
Oh, there we go.
That looks like you're gonna hurt.
Boom.
That is asking for a knee right into the ball sack. Is what
All right,
I'm-
do one more.
Nice ball shots for both these guys, by the way. Oh, look, that looks violent.
I think you have a height issue. happening here.
Yes.
Not you
Absolutely.
two.
No.
In general.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that there's going to be a height problem.
I might knee you in
You
a.
might need.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like for us
Someone's
short
gonna get
people
hurt.
or you tall people, it's not
Well,
I think we're
It's
in
not good
trouble.
for like a celebration because you're so excited. Like I'm so excited. I actually need Roxy in the
How
groin.
about, how about this? How about Roxy? Say hi to me.
Hi.
Hey, there you are.
No. I
Now head butter.
No, no, don't even do anything. Why does this point?
No, let's
I
go.
like the hand because I like physical
But it's
connection
like,
with
but
somebody.
there's
Like
look, and what if some guy who doesn't even realize? What if some guy he's in the bathroom and you know
Wow.
he wipes his ass kind of, and then he washes his hand kind of, but now he shakes your hand right afterwards.
But-
See, there are people who do, but you don't do that after every time.
I
That's
do
what
Purell after. I mean,
Every
do you guys
time.
see every live event?
I know,
like,
I know, but I'm just
So
saying.
you're the
Jack.
one
That's the thing
creating
I-
super germs.
That's the thing I've.
probably.
That's the thing I've noticed is that now I'm sitting here like rapping like Outkast. I'm rapping whatever while I wash my hands and take
Yeah,
my time.
20
I'm
seconds
watching
you're supposed
people
to do
come
it.
in and go.
20 seconds.
Literally go and then shake, and I'm
That's
like,
it.
you're fucking
20
gross.
seconds.
They
20
used to
seconds.
have little black lights in school that you would have to put your hands under.
They
show,
did?
Yeah. That it was like a thing that show if.
Yeah.
Where did
if
you go to school? Elysium?
Yes.
Rikers Island.
Wow.
I get what you're saying, Christian, but I just feel like I would rather risk it getting like a cold and be
Because
able
you're
to
physical
connect with
contact.
people. Yeah.
I know, but at this point,
Let's go back to bowing.
I think that Howie Mandel.
like a bow.
I think Howie Mandel got it right.
I think Howie Mandel did not.
I think he got
Get
it
it
right.
right.
That's not a fun
What
way
did
to
he do?
live.
Other, did he
A
use
fist
fist
No,
bump?
no, just in general, like when you are in a position of power and you're somebody who says nobody
Christian
can
thoughts
touch
on
me.
Friday's episode?
Which
That
episode?
shit was
Oh,
off the
yeah,
rails,
yeah, it was
probably
great.
best show yet.
Thank
Hey,
you.
just thought of this
That
who
was
is
on
getting married and is to have honeymoon in Italy. I'd be pissed.
I know.
Talking about
16
Riley.
million people quarantined.
Riley's supposed to go to Italy. I don't know if they did they already book their
I
travel.
think they pushed it.
No.
I think
Yeah, they have to push it.
Yeah.
Because it happened to a couple of our friends.
it real
that
good.
already-
According to my sources, I think Winston is in the clear, is what I've heard.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
Winston-
saying.
That's what I-
Winston
that's-
said
Friday's
Winston.
show was fire.
Yeah.
Already listened to it 3 times, even though I know the joke's still hilarious. Love the show. You guys are the best. No spoilers, but Lon Harris has the best new persona on the Schmodown. Hilarious.
I'm telling you, Lon Harris.
Lon-
What was the
John's-
funny part
yeah.
you started with?
Friday
Friday show.
People love. I mean, it was a great episode. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say that.
They listened
did
3
anybody
times. Wow.
to wait of this?
Yeah.
Oh,
They had
wow.
some
I'll
blue
have to
chew
watch it.
in
Because,
between
Corey-
each.
Watch
Oh,
Friday's
I'll
show,
have to
y'all.
watch it. Really
Honestly,
good.
watch Friday's show.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Really good.
But all I was gonna say, I don't know if anybody watches the Daily Show, but Trevor Noah had he's saying the reason why black people aren't getting it. He's like, it's pretty simple. It's because black people have always been ready for sickness. Instead of shaking hands, be like, "Sup, dog? Keep your sick ass over there." Like, that's all that
Well, I never give
was.
Howie Mandel credit for the fist bump. I give Tiger Woods credit for the fist. Tiger Woods was the first athlete that I saw like regularly fist bump
Yeah,
people.
no, but Howie
Well,
Mandel
fist
has
bump
not
is
been part
okay.
of germs for a long time.
Howie Mandel doesn't even fist bump though.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
Yeah, I
You-
fist bumped him.
you have to pry him to fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've interacted with him before and he's super nice, but it's like you have to be good friends with Howie just to get the fist
Oh,
bump.
well,
Yeah.
maybe he started
That's what I
doing that
heard.
because I got a fist bump.
It's
from him.
nothing to do with it. I don't know him at all. I'm sure
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
really nice, but there's just something to me about a person who's in a position of power being like, I cannot be touched.
He's a super germaphobe.
And
I
I
know.
get it. Me
I
too
know.
with the liquid. So nothing against him personally.
Right.
I just don't want to get rid of the
Interaction,
handshake.
I get it.
If you're that person, that's your thing. That's totally fine. But like every person, I don't know.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that that this doesn't even help you because that's an
We don't actually
antibacterial.
want to change Brandon Hanna's character. It's just an inside joke that
No, I know.
spread because of my dumbass typo.
Absolutely.
Whatever you do with Hannah, we're behind it and your decision's always Christian. Also, glad you're feeling better, Roxy.
Totally,
Thank you.
and that's what I said. I like the idea that the Call to Action crew has this little inside joke with them, and that's it. Totally fine. It's just transferring it over to the Schmodown was the thing that I was like, no.
You love
I
the
heard that too,
Schmo by
Brad.
now, right? Because everybody's like,
I'm a huge fan, but it's funny. Like Ben, I just need one.
No, I'm just kidding.
Because Christian's one and Lobot over here is like, no, we got stuff's happening.
He just gave himself.
You
a
didn't
concussion.
delegate who was supposed to give you the tap either. So
Right.
we're all like, who am I? Is it me? Do I do that?
just start throwing things.
Look, as long as Brandon Hanna stays hot, I think we're all going to be okay.
All right, next.
hot man. Skip it.
Damn
Ooh, make it
Air Barber.
untouchable.
Hi, y'all. Would love to know everyone's thoughts, especially as managers, on the IG slice rule, with it having been a factor in 3 matches already this season, 2 of which have been a #1 contender match, and debatably deciding the one. I'm all about
Good
it.
question.
So here's
What is the
here's-
question about? How many you can
IG.
put on?
So there's
If it should be, then
yeah,
maybe.
so but this is the whole rule, and I'll tell you, this is the final decision. Is so the rules manual kind of went out, which has not been finalized itself. The whole rule kind of guideline. This is the thing, and this is what I'm going to let everybody be very clear of. Okay, is that inner geekdom categories? They're movies.
Yep.
So this is the movie trivia schmodown. So if
Breaking news.
yeah,
Our movies.
but that's what I'm saying. People don't understand this. It's
Yeah,
like-
no, you and
so
I have had
we've this
very
conversation.
good conversations.
This is but these are movies. So and it's the other thing. So and it's like, well, if Mike Kalinowski's in it, it gives him an advantage. Yeah, it gives Smets an advantage. It gives Mara an advantage, and it allows them to be competitive in the singles league because if they're playing up against Drew McWeeny and Drew McWeeny hits 80s. Then and they don't have something for their strength on there, and then it could be a little lopsided for them to
But
play
they
in
can
singles.
only put one slice on.
No, there's
oh,
two.
it's two.
You can do whatever you want. You can put as many because it's
'cause
they're all
the rule
movies.
book said-
that was one thing that the writers had suggested inside of that. That is not the case. That came back to me, and
They can put two.
you can put
But it's
whatever.
just-
But because the thing is, it's movies, right? So the other, let's say Liz Shannon Miller is really strong at Marvel movies. She knows Marvel movies really well and Star Trek, but she's terrible at the rest of them. She can never use those strengths because she doesn't want to play in inner geekdom. That's not fair to her. That's fair, and it's open to everyone else. And yes, it puts an advantage. It allows people like Kevin Smets and it allows people like Chandru to be competitive in the singles and teams division. Because if you have Chandru on your team, then you say, you know what? I wasn't planning on putting Chandru in teams, but if I can put Chandru with somebody else who does know, like I know Oyama's on a team already, but Oyama and Chandru, and now you can put those two, equalizers on the board, and you have those on there. It makes Chandru dangerous. Now, if you're playing against Chandru and you hit Kubrick, Chandru's going to be in trouble.
Exactly.
It's like a fighter who's throwing a big right hand. If you can block the right hand, you're going to be in good shape.
It's people like I mean, if you want to use another example, if you're actually talking like basketball and shit, if you,
You
have someone that
doing
all
the
they can
Schmeebot
do,
alert to Ellis reminds me of that match for ECW in the 90s when they yelled for chairs and the audience threw so many chairs in the ring they got buried in
Yeah, I
seconds.
remember that.
That was ridiculous.
Really. How people? I don't know. How people
I felt so bad for the like.
Yeah, they would throw
were they
chairs.
okay?
Somebody had to get hurt. But go ahead. You were saying.
I was just saying, if you have a specialist, because that was me in basketball. I was terrible at everything but getting rebounds and free throws. That's all I did.
Were you Charles Oakley in your high school?
I mean, I guess I was literally, I was riding the bench. I was third string. But
Winston
coach,
gives us 5 fouls.
but coach straight up, he would
Yeah,
put
Haskell,
me
I
in.
couldn't agree. I couldn't disagree with you more. It's such a dumb argument.
He
I
put
can't-
me in because he's like, it's the end of the game. We need the ball. Go get
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
I
And
ha-
it's-
They're not IG.
They're
That's all
asking our opinions as managers.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
Of
do.
course you don't, because if there was no IG league though, would those movies be allowed to be in the in those?
I think it's different because there is an IG league. So I think the fact that in a regular match there could be 4 slices on the wheel that are IG.
from 4 different,
but
but
then that would-
they would all have strengths in
They
it.
would
then.
all- they
Yeah.
would all-
Right,
do that.
I just don't think it's as fun.
But I guarantee
as
you,
a- as
if
a
there's
fan-
4 slices,
as a fan,
both
it-
competitors would be good at them. So we'll be
Right.
good.
It would be a good
but
match.
as a manager,
Yeah.
that's fine. As a fan, I don't prefer that.
Here's my counter argument to that. Just to Roxy
Counter to
specifically,
me as a
yeah,
fan.
Yeah, there's 8 other, but that means, but still, there's 8 other particular categories that
Right.
would still be on there, or 6 depending on opponents and spinners, right? And you have 8 questions up top, and I just can't stand saying, well, yeah, you know what? IG question, sure. IG slices, no. They're all fucking same movies. They're movies.
I agree.
They're not IG. They're movies.
I like when we have a mixture of broad categories, specific
Sure,
categories.
they're all in
Like
there.
to me, this is very, very specific, and having possible 4 very specific ones, and then having to make teams based on the fact that you could be playing a team with IG. I just think.
But I also want to go business side with you too. Okay, the other side is this.
I'm talking right now as a fan.
No, I know, I know.
don't-
But
and they asked.
As a fan,
my
though,
opinion.
true, and I respect your opinion. I'm just saying, as a fan, though, for me, on the other side of it is, all right. So the only time I get to see Chandru, if I like Chandru a lot, the only time I ever get to see him is in Inner Geekdom, because he can't compete with these other people. He just can't. There's no way.
Right.
But wait a minute, he's got an opportunity to actually compete against I keep using Lon Harris. He's going to play. I know they're in the same squad, but still, they're playing against Lon Harris, and chances are Lon Harris is going to really mess him up in that first round, and it'll probably be close to like 8-3. But if Chandru can hit Harry Potter in round 2, Chandru can make a fight out of this thing. And he probably will get wiped out in the 3rd round too.
Right, but
at least he makes up a fight.
The same way that if you like Bateman, you probably won't see him compete in IG. I think that happens both ways. And at the same time, like, take a Smets right now, who has been a baller in IG. He wants to transfer over. You got to work your butt off. You got to study.
I know, but it makes it.
You're making the argument like that. It's a smaller category.
I'm not trying to make any argument. I'm just giving my opinion.
I know, but like MCU has 22 movies. Nora Ephron, that's a slice on the has like 4 things. Paul Thomas Anderson has 8 movies. So there's smaller categories already there. The DC movies, there's more movies in these categories than half the directors we have on the wheel.
I just don't find them to be as broad of a category for the types of questions that you can ask.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not trying to fight with any of you guys.
No, I'm saying your point.
And you're not,
and you guys can all be on the same
first
page.
First of all,
and
you're
that's fine.
and you're not. I don't even necessarily. You're in the minority. I think you might be closer. I think people need to because the problem is it was set up first as a separate division. Right, it was so people now when they see these people playing and Kalinowski hits it like, oh, he's got an advantage. Yeah, he does, and it's the same type of advantage that when you put Denzel Washington on the board and you studied all of Denzel Washington movies, or if you studied all of Tyler Perry's movies, or if you studied all of David Fincher movies,
or if you host an '80s podcast like Drew McWeeny does,
you have that advantage.
To me, as long as the rules are defined and both teams are aware of them, then it's fair.
Totally.
So none of this is about this being fair or not.
No, I know what you're saying.
It's just what I prefer.
It's your opinion.
Look, Roxy, the thing is, it's Patty Boy's dad who's suffering, and it's the mom that was calling in.
It's Patty Boy.
It's me, Patty Boy. I just want to make sure because my thing is I want to make sure that other competitors. I like watching. If Mara wants to come in and compete, I want to see Mara compete. I want to see Chandru compete in this division. I want to see what Smets can do, and I want it to be scary for people. They're playing Smets and like, oh, they got Smets right now. Thank God, Bibiani's playing Smets right now, and he's got him right now. Bibiani hit his perfect round. He's got him 9-3. Yeah, but guess what? In that next round, Star Trek and Marvel, they're on the wheel. If Bibiani and nobody hits those, then it could be a knockout. But if Smets hits it, it makes it a fight. And I think that it just, to me, I want to make sure that everybody's allowed to play. And you take these people with these big personalities, because Chandru's got a big personality, and you're only gonna see him 3 times a year. Alex Damon, someone else too.
It is genuinely for you. Go ahead.
I was going to say that was my other argument, and that was before I realized you were saying as a fan, but then as, for example, with your Star Wars champ. So does that mean now we take Star Wars out of IG because all of a sudden it has its own division and whatnot? So like now you have to have that pin.
No, it's one slice. I think we should have one slice each. I'm not saying there shouldn't be any slices.
Yeah,
I think that each team should be able to pick one, not 2.
Originally, that was what the writers had pitched. And I said,
and when they pitched it, I liked it.
Yeah.
And so also, I clung on to that and thought that's what we were doing.
Right. And I just didn't.
But we're not, and that is 100% fine.
It's just it's what your preference is, and that's fine. And I just want to have the conversation also because to be honest, you're representing a lot of people.
The match that you just described, I don't prefer. I don't like watching. I don't love the matches. And by the way, this isn't the first time you and I have disagreed on what events are more fun or what makes. I'm a unique specimen, but I think that when I'm watching a match and I'm like, this is not going to be entertaining for me unless Smets right now hits one of 2 wheel slices and then he doesn't hit it, or even if he does and I'm like, oh well, he won because he hit one of those 2.
Right.
That to me as a fan is not as fun to root for.
But that's the thing. So and
you disagree, Winston. That's
no, because a lot and some people will feel that way. But and then I go back to the same thing that Goddard was just saying. Do you know how many times Drew McWeeny has hit 80s and people were like, or Mike had hit Bond, right? And then other people, Rachel Silvestrini hits Kevin Smith movies, and it's like. That's one of the reasons we came up with that rule. But there are certain expertise that these people have, and what it is that it's the other competitors inside of the division, not you. I know you're coming from a different place, but there's other competitors who are like, oh man, so now what? I got to study these movies? Yeah, the same way you got to study all these other new movies that came out. It's part of it. They're movies. It's called the Movie Trivia Schmodown.
Fair is fair.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Star Wars movies are films.
Yeah, that's right.
Cinema.
There's
cinema.
We got about 12 minutes here.
Okay,
Goddard, go ahead.
And we got backstage today.
Sorry. This was actually
Tom Brady and Titans to talk about possible arrangement.
Oh,
source ESPN.
Tom Brady and Titans to talk about.
What?
They
Did it happen?
Tom Brady and Titans to talk about possible arrangements.
Oh wait, okay.
ESPN.
They're not even allowed to officially negotiate yet. In March 16th is when it's open season.
Did you hear about the 199 Productions? Tom Brady's new production company he announced yesterday?
No.
The Aviator with DiCaprio holds up well now with him washing his hands constantly.
No, seriously.
Let's have Arnold, Obama and
Arnold?
Mark Ellis having a business dinner about the virus, but drunk Brett shows up late wanting to shake his hand, but everybody avoids him.
Oh my God, that's so much detail.
so specific.
So Arnold, Obama, and Mark Ellis having a discussion about the coronavirus, and then drunk Brett shows up and wants everybody to shake his hand,
But they won't do it.
but they won't do it.
I love this because I don't have to talk, right?
You do
Pretty
have
much
to talk.
writes
Wait, no,
itself.
I thought somebody does
Is
in
it Christian
Ellison-
Mark or is it
No,
Mark?
but you're actually talking. No,
Okay.
I'm
So
Arnold.
You're Arnold.
So I'm giving a brief on coronavirus.
We're just talking about it, and then Brett comes in the middle of it.
Okay, then I'll start out with facts, and then you guys
Yeah, so
come.
so when Ben, when you feel it's time for Brett to enter, play his music.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mark.
So coronavirus, as of now, appears to mostly affect people with weakened immune systems,
Right.
such as the elderly. Arnold,
Yes.
are you concerned about your catching the coronavirus because you are of advanced age?
Well, for most people, I would agree with you that this is a concern to have. But for me, I have a very superior immune system.
You're old. You did a lot of steroids.
That's right, but because of it, the build up and behind, I have the things that are fighting inside of me that fight the coronavirus and say, "Get out of here! You're not wanted here."
No, I agree because there's a thing about being a politician. You shake a lot of hands, you kiss a lot of babies, you build up immunity.
Right.
So I truly believe that Arnold and I will be fine. But
Thigh
but-
smash.
But I will say, people a lot of
That's
times.
why I don't
shit on
wash
themselves.
my hands,
Who are
because
you?
immunities are like on par, brother. Hit it,
Don't do it.
hit it,
please
hit
don't
it,
touch
slap
me. No,
it.
fuck you.
Dude,
Please don't touch me.
do you know how many immunities I got on this? I will give you my immunities.
Have you met Mark Ellis?
Mark
He's a comedian.
Ellis,
Shake his hand,
up
Mark.
top, brother.
This is my fan base. How are you, Brett?
Yeah, up top. Up top. Hey,
Oh,
I got immunities. Boom.
Thank you. Well, one thing that someone said that, and this is something I didn't bring up.
Okay.
The other thing is that the difficulty in that inner geekdom division is significantly different, like that than what you would
questions
find in the
asked
inner
in the
geekdom division. So
Singles versus
so we want to make sure that it's using Bibiani as an example. Bibiani should also be able to do very well in Marvel that he would not be able to do in, like, say, inner geekdom. There's more deep cut stuff, so we want to make sure that it is more equal and it's more the same types of levels that you would get about Sandra Bullock movies that you would get about DC movies. So, all right, let's-
Is it the movie trivia schmodown though?
It is
Have
the
you-
movie.
I want to change it to film trivia.
Film,
Schmodown.
yeah.
The talkie trivia
It's
showdown.
the cinema trivia showdown.
Right.
Tongue punch the fart box.
Oh, there you go.
yes.
No question or comment. I just want to hear you guys say my name.
Well, there you go.
Say my name. Say my
Tongue
name.
punch so it's a fart box named tongue punch.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, tongue punch the
The fart
fart.
box.
Yeah, it sounds like
I
a
think
short
you added
before
a word
Pixar
in
movie.
there, right?
It's literally just tongue punch fart box.
Yeah.
But,
There's so many questions.
the.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Knight Rider. Hey, gang. I'm the MJF moron from last week.
Oh.
Thanks for responding back to me, Christian, and accepting my apology.
All
Much
good,
love for you and the SEN family. Brett and Winston are the best. Roxy,
Shoot, never mind.
Roxy,
The second best.
quit letting these small dong trolls bother you. You're a badass.
Yeah, that was a very nice
the
email that you
best,
sent me
but I am-
afterwards
yeah.
too.
Second.
Reminds me.
Close second. Close second.
Third.
Yeah,
Sir Melvin Moreno.
Forget it.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No.
It was a nice
Oh,
email that he sent
It
you.
was a very nice email that he sent.
Okay.
Me. I actually have to put
Did
him
he
back.
say
in
something
the chat.
mean?
No, it wasn't mean. It was just a particular. It was just a way that we were trying to encourage people to talk inside of the chat, and he sent a Facebook. It was awesome.
People
it was really
can
nice.
change. I
Yes.
believe it because I've done it.
Yeah, we need classier fans like tongue punch the fart
Fart
box.
box.
That's right.
We're gonna
There
clean
is
this
no
joint up.
the mark. It's just tongue punch fart box.
Oh,
It is tongue punch fart
Jesus.
bucks. Sir Melvin Moreno.
Yes.
Winston, after the draft, I questioned your pick of Lon over the machine, but after that match, I'm fully on board. Lon's character work is A1, and the dynamic of him and Oyama is so good. And may I say your entrance at Free For All was my favorite.
Oh, so
Hashtag
good.
drip drip.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Your
I
free
guess-
for all entrance was top
It was-
three, if not the
it was-
best.
It was
Thanks,
amazing.
thanks.
It was
Perfect-
really good.
perfect
Did you
timing.
get nominated
Yeah.
for that?
No,
You didn't. Wow, you should have been.
I agree.
I
A
voted
lot
for
of
it.
people got screwed out of that category.
Yeah, you did too.
You know
right?
the worst part is
I think it's because you came from side stage, not down,
Yeah,
down the
yeah.
aisle.
Well, all of
Probably part
that
of
side
it,
stage
but
is
that's not
eliminated
my-
this year. It's
but
it's all from the back.
Okay.
That wasn't my choice, and two, it's funny because the other one that I had that I hate that didn't even we filmed them out of order, or we released them out of order, was we filmed my IG match against Emily Rose Jacobson
Right.
and Corruption and World's Finest, and so that aired first. So Eric had come out to call me and be like, "Bro, you're late for your match. Where the hell are you?" And that whole thing got cut out because we weren't a team anymore.
Oh, right.
That really bummed me out because it was a
I
dope.
remember that. Right.
How many people in the category took 6 hours to set up a bit? Getting-
All right, we got 5
no,
minutes.
we're actually working to set up a bit.
So there's no chance we're going to get to all these. So
No, we're gonna get to him tomorrow.
We'll
But
get to the rest of them tomorrow.
explain the wheel slices some more then.
Who was it a shot at?
Definitely me.
Really?
Yeah.
It always
Was it me
feels
or
like
Roxy?
a shot at me.
It was me.
37 minutes about to get to-
95% of Brett's shots are at me, so I can never be
Never.
sure.
So-
No, that was
but I
totally a Christian shot because
no, it
Roxy
was.
had a very quick question and Christian,
I went off on it,
his
but-
Return of the King like explanation.
I wanted to let people know, but I will say this: that because Brett, I appreciate that very much. Brett's next match is going to be playing Dan Murrell, Bibiani, and Lon Harris, and they will get 4 points. to
Christian,
start
I
the
gotta
match.
say that seems a little unfair.
It
It
does?
seems.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can change. Everybody can change.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
All right, what's next?
Charlotte Attenborough. Recently, we watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and got me wondering if they'll ever try to do a Young Indiana Jones series on Disney Plus. Do you like a reboot of Young Indy, and who would you cast? I like Ansel Elgort.
Yeah, he's a little too tall, but I think
Why?
he's not. He's
Harrison
tall.
Ford's not tall. Is he like
Not-
6'1"?
I'm officially
Harrison's
going on
good,
the thought
6'5".
process that the coronavirus is the beginning of
6
The
feet,
Walking
you're
Dead.
right. He's-
Just waiting to see walkers.
Right.
Remember that started in California. You all screwed.
I know. I did
Yikes.
think about that too. Harrison
did?
6'1".
6'1". Harrison Ford is, but I think
Thought about this being the start of The Walking Dead?
I thought
honestly?
I did when I was. I mean, not for like I didn't like, legit think it was, gonna, but I definitely. I said everyone's treating it like The Walking. It reminded me. It reminded me of like when Rick Grimes is walking around in the hospital, like in a it's
Yeah.
like, don't go in there. It's like
That first episode
show-
was great.
That
still
show right
haven't seen
now
it.
is as good as it's ever been.
awesome.
I
Someone
wish
was saying that
people hung
yesterday.
in.
Really?
The Walking,
Walking
Dead,
Dead.
right now is unbelievable. I know that everybody stopped watching, and you guys earned that right to stop watching, but it is back and better. It is so good.
I've
We need
still
to have
never
you.
seen it.
Well, so
Oh, it's
I'm
so
glad you
good.
brought
Is
that up.
Daryl
because-
still alive?
Do you want me to tell you?
Don't.
No.
I haven't seen
I,
anything
by the
yet.
by the way, I have.
We'll talk.
We
talk.
if that's we definitely should talk afterwards too, because I didn't realize you're still watching it.
It
because
is.
We can do some more.
Me and Josh McCouga. We are
can
the
do.
two left.
Well, no, you're not. We can do some cool stuff with that now. By the way.
It is so. Oh yeah, Skybound forever, baby.
Yeah, and we didn't even ask her to say that.
No, it is so good.
Let's do a couple.
Yeah,
more.
your check's in the mail, Roxy.
Yeah, I know.
Joe Godina. I pay $19 for Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu Premium under the bundle. Hulu Premium alone is $12, so I don't mind paying the extra $7. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
bundle.
I was the same guy. Got rid of it for March. It's all done.
All right.
ESPN Plus.
That was
Hulu,
I don't know
Disney
why
Plus.
none of us responded when you said that.
All
I
gone.
just am acknowledging
Yeah, I
your
thought there was
presence.
more.
Yeah.
With
I
love
just-
and light.
ESPN Plus, it's mostly documentaries, which I love, but like
You know, who has
I
time?
actually texted Mark about the ESPN Plus because I thought I was going to get my son to be able to see more football games.
right.
But I
Just
didn't.
Monday night when he's already got to be in bed.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
Yep. Sure enough, the answer to a question on MTS was the title Birdman, but the whole title is Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Should have
Fair.
been a wrong answer. Are you ever going to implement a rule that all full titles and subtitles are needed? You should.
No.
I look at that more like a case-by-case basis. So
yeah.
it's something like Birdman where it's such common knowledge
Right.
that it's just called Birdman, then
Well,
I'm
even
like,
the
Like,
horror-
is
yeah,
Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey,
Independence of Fantabulous
all that. So the other thing too is that judges, and this is something you'll see in general in this season. Judges are really going to be the ones who decide, and can be like for me, I'm going to be a little bit more root of the question type stuff. Like so with the Lord and Sir written at Richard Attenborough, I'm never going to rule that in. Even if it was Lord or Sir, I'm not going to give you. You knew who the actor was.
Yeah.
So the same thing. If you know who a particular actor was, and you happen to have a couple things that happen, I'm going to be a little more lenient. Not to say Mark won't. Mark might very much, and Mark will be able to make the call. And
We're
if
of
I'm
the
on the
same
side,
mind.
yeah, if I'm on
Same
the
brain.
side and I'm the side judge, I'm going to be a little bit more lenient on stuff. So someone says Birdman, someone challenges and goes, well, actually it's Birdman, this, and this. My personal thing is let them have it. They had the movie, and we'll be able to make that particular judgment.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that sometimes it'll go. Yeah, for example, there's
The Kubrick movie,
but let's look at a name of an actor. You look at what's his face, just Finstock when he said Jamie Chazelle, or he says or what was the other one that he said Chazzik Bosman. You're not getting Chazzik Bosman. That's a new person.
but yeah, someone said they should challenge like who stars as Bruce Willis's wife in Unbreakable, and it was Robin Wright, and someone's like,
No.
well, you could challenge that it was technically Robin Wright Penn at the time.
Has
It was
she
like,
ever been credited as that person? Then that's who that's
Yeah.
okay. You knew who
Yeah.
the person was.
It was funny because the other day on DC Movie News, Mike Kalinowski and I were joking about this because Suicide Squad 2 is called The Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and the first one's Suicide Squad. So obviously, if you're asked a question, you're going to have to
That's
distinguish.
true.
So
that's a different
if
circumstance.
there was
so
a
yes.
movie called like Birdman, that was a very famous movie, and they had written that down, I think it would be different than if there's no other Birdman.
We
That
also usually try to avoid problems like that. So,
Right.
like, for instance, if I'm asking you what's the sequel to Gremlins called, I'm not like it's usually going to be like what is the subtitle of the second Gremlins
Right.
movie, as opposed to you have to write Gremlins 2, the new batch. Like, we just need the new batch.
Yeah, and it's
Was that what it
it's
is?
a lot easier said than
Yeah.
done. When people say if you want the
It's
game to
great.
be taken seriously, you have to be strict
is.
on your details. This is a different game. It's very because there's so many different movies and so many like it's like Mark says it's kind of case by case, and it depends on what the challenge is, how it is presented. Like and I also think, by the way, and to defend Bibiani, I think that and even as frustrated as Mark and I got with because it was a live event, you should challenge whatever you want if you think that it's going to throw off even if you think, because there are competitors who challenge because they just want to throw off their opponent and they know they're going to lose the challenge.
Brett.
Like, so that's going to happen, and that should be part of the game.
Can I ask a clarification on
we got to
challenges?
close out.
If you say challenge and they do not give it to you, you do not get a challenge back.
You lose your challenge.
That's still going to be the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like football.
But if
Yeah.
you do exactly,
But if you win the challenge, you keep it.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
You
Do
get
you
a
get
second.
more-
You don't get to keep it, right? You just get a
You get
second.
another
or you
one.
get to continuously do it until you.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you get 2 challenges if you win your first?
No.
or-
There's only one challenge that stays the whole time. So if you have one,
But like if I challenge twice, do I get a third challenge? Do I
If you
still
win,
keep my
if you
challenge?
keep
Okay.
winning.
So you
Wow.
can get it on unlimited. Wow.
if you
I
keep
didn't know
winning
that.
your challenges, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
if they're because we don't want to chastise you if there's something you say. Well, no, wait a minute. I know for a fact that this thing's this.
Yeah.
Well, you can't challenge that because you have won your challenges and you're doing a good
Yeah.
job. So, all right, listen.
Mark
Ben,
loves this
hit the music.
I'll take the physical challenge.
Yeah. I wanted to thank Mark Ellis for popping in here today. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, kids.
Ben Goddard, Roxy Striar, Brett, Winston. If we didn't get to your questions today, don't worry. We'll start the show off tomorrow and get to them. We wanted a kind of healthy conversation all the way around the board. So tune on in 12:30. You got Andrew Guy as the guest of Backstage with John Roca and Ben Bateman. They will be talking spoilers for the live stream this weekend.
hot.
And Ben Goddard will, of course, be here also. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. And get tickets to schmodownlive.com for the free-for-all. Make sure you go to Apple Podcasts. Give us a rate and review. Download it. It helps. It helps us get more sponsors, and it will help Rick get more Blue Chew. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.